I know, right? I'm actually I'm not really sick anymore. That's the thing. I'm not really sick, but I am tired. But I'm also sick. But I'm also tired. Also, this episode's a lot. Thanks, Jason. I'm really fun.
Yeah,
I'm
it
really
might be might be my favorite episode of the season. I don't know.
same.
I am with you, except for two things that I could have done without in this episode.
That's right. This is like the
Like,
this episode's definitely the Tetris long block of this season. They
Oh,
were
I
building up
mean,
and building up and building
I
up.
feel like we usually have the Game of Thrones formula where it's like the next to last episode is the banger, and then the last one is the setup for the next season. But I do not think that's what's going to
That is
happen.
not happening.
That is not what's going on this year. It's next week is gonna like
Blow the top
blow.
off.
Yeah, it's gonna blow your minds
okay.
next week. So
It's gonna blow your
I mean,
hair out? Is
I
that
don't
what
know.
it is?
Let me ask you guys straight up. What did you think of the Dragon Ball?
We are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing programs beyond the Walking Dead universe. Sometimes we give you news, sometimes we make you laugh, most times we go deep. I'm your host, David Cameo, and I'm joined by.
Blazy of House Gardner. I'm the last one. There are no more.
Neo of
That's just
House
lore.
the One. I don't know. Neo's the one.
Neo of House the One.
On all your favorite socials.
And I'm just me. I've always been me. Your friend Dave. I'm gonna try in vain to get this to go right. If I can.
What are you doing?
I am trying to get this positioning just right to where I'm at the bottom because nobody needs to see my dumb face at the top. But my
Why?
but
I
this-
don't want to know. No, just leave yourself where you are.
all right. Oh, I did it. Did it by
Oh my
happenstance.
gosh. I had to do it 50 times.
And
Don't hit it
today
again.
we're here to speak with you, just to have a little chat about House of the Dragon's penultimate episode of its third season, titled "The Dragon in Winter."
I have so many things to say about the title. So many.
Before you do, head on over to, I haven't said this in quite a while, head on over to our merch store at squawkingdead.com. Choose the main menu, choose shop merch. Like Otto, he's already shopped at the merch store and had
Mhm.
was it 1, 2, 3. He bought 4 things. He has a hoodie, and he got a koozie, and he got a mug for his little bowl of water, and that's it. Actually, he bought 4 things, but it was 2 hoodies. And
He got a hoodie for his mom.
it's right. It's right.
Mhm.
You too, like Otto, could get a hoodie from our merch store. It's based on the Targaryen sigil, and it has the ladies are the 3 heads of the Targaryen dragon, and I'm in their clutches, which makes sense. I would play the video, but I didn't queue it up. And this is a live show. It's not going to get better than this, folks. But
No, it's not.
no, especially what we have in store for you. So let's go straight to the title, the moment you've been waiting for, Sharondy. Your shining moment. How does the title of this episode, The Dragon in Winter, relate to what we saw last night / today as we were getting notes? Because there's so much here to pick up on.
Well,
Little Easter eggs.
first we need to get Otto a hoodie now, so you can actually get a picture of him wearing the
True,
hoodie.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, we could take a picture of Otto, take a picture of a hoodie, and use AI.
Well, I'll send you a picture of Otto. You do what you want with that.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So, the title of this is A Dragon in Winter.
Which one?
One of my favorite movies is a 1968 movie called The Lion. It's actually The Dragon in Winter. Sorry, not A Dragon. The Dragon in Winter.
Right.
And one of my favorite all-time movies is a movie called The Lion in Winter, 1968. It stars Peter O'Toole, Katharine Hepburn, a very young Anthony Hopkins, a very young Dalton. Oh my gosh, he played James Bond.
Timothy?
Timothy Dalton, thank
Timothy
you.
Dalton, yep.
A very young Timothy Dalton. It's about Henry II of England, who was married to Eleanor of Aquitaine, and basically the movie is about all of the family infighting between him and his sons and his wife. So his sons are Richard the Lionheart, Geoffrey of Monmouth, and the person who became King John, who was responsible for the Magna Carta. So like they have some illustrious children. But basically the whole movie is set on it's like a Christmas at a palace, which you would call a palace back in 1138, which is not great. But anyway, it's about them, all the palace intrigue, them fighting amongst each other for the succession and overthrowing and basically, I mean, so
vying for the throne, is that
yes. So Richard the Lionheart should be the next because he's the next oldest.
Succession.
Richard Henry doesn't want him. He wants John, who is more malleable and easily controlled on the throne. So, but Eleanor, who is his wife, she wants Richard. So she and Richard actually tried to overthrow King Henry like the year before this. And Henry had 2 other older sons, but both of them died. So now Richard is in place to take the throne. Timothy Dalton is the King of Spain, Philip, the King of Spain. And his sister is taken to ward by the court, and Henry is having an affair with her. Her name is Alice.
Man, this is sounding very familiar.
Yes. So there is a speech. I'm going to read the speech. This is Katharine Hepburn won an Oscar
for the speech
for this movie, one of her Oscars, and this is the speech that won it for her.
Well, hold up before you do. I wanted to say hi to Beehive Girl, who's been watching. Hey, a friend's
Beehive Girl.
Giving a like enthusiastically, but YT doesn't care how enthusiastic I am. I have to mention this only because it's doing what it did last night again, where we can't see the chats in the studio.
Yeah, I can't see it. Okay.
So I'm going to pull it up in like a separate pop-out window. And as far as Facebook goes, it's probably showing on a separate stream because I don't think that was set up right. So I'm going to do that while you do the speech.
Okay.
And
Beehive Girl, quick question: are you leal to House Honeyholt? Are you one of the Beesberries? Are you a bannerman of the Beesberries? All right. So here's the speech that she's giving the speech to her 3 boys who are in the room with her, who have all been trying to overthrow one another and all the infighting, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, my piglets, we are the origins of war, not history's forces, nor the times, nor justice, nor the lack of it, nor causes, nor religions, nor ideas, nor kinds of government, nor any other thing. We are the killers. We breed wars. We carry it like syphilis inside. Dead bodies rot in field and stream because the living ones are rotten. For the love of God, can't we love one another just a little? That's how peace begins. We have so much to love each other for. We have such possibilities, my children. We could change the world.
Kind of the opposite of Shakespeare's...
pretty prescient given this episode. So like I'm not for sure that that's what they named this episode after, but I'm just saying there's a whole lot of coincidences there for them to not name it after that.
You kind of have to almost, is this a kind of a homage from George R.R. Martin, or is this being taken from, is this show liberty rather than author liberty in terms of like
I've never seen the title "A Dragon in Winter" in anything, but that doesn't mean because there's winds of winter. Winter's a big deal in this series.
That's good enough for me.
But it was the way they just sound alike: the Lion in Winter, the Dragon in Winter. So when I saw the title, my head went straight to it.
That makes sense.
By the way, anybody watch this movie? It is fantastic.
All right, we gotta write this down. You should mention it in the off topic, I think.
Okay, it is one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I love it. I watch it about once every couple of years. I'll pull it out and watch it because it's not one you can watch all the time. It's not that kind of movie, but it's one of those movies where you catch something every time. It means something different to you because you've grown and changed into a different person. So I highly. Cool. It's also fairly historically accurate, like not 1,000%, of course.
It's kind of hard after many hundreds of years,
right? Also, if you remember, King Henry II is the one who said, will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest? And that was Thomas a Becket. It was the priest. So 2 of his soldiers took it upon themselves to go kill Thomas a Becket, which made in the church, in the middle of the aisle. It like totally messed up Henry's rule. Like it was really hard for him to deal
His
with that.
frustration.
Like, right. It looked bad. Much like the Seven, the Light of the Seven, religion in 1138 was a major deal. So
right.
for that to happen in his church or whatever, that was like a huge deal. So, but anyway, I've thought about that a lot, because a lot of times I'm like, I can't believe, like, Daemon many times, as Rhaenyra's been like, let me do this, and Daemon goes and runs off and does what she says.
It's like a dog,
but it's in the worst possible way.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh, bring me Aemon, and so Daemon goes and does something freaking stupid and ruins everything. So I kind of got that feel from it too, and that's part of his history. They talk about it a little bit in the movie, but it's not like a central part of it or anything. But it is like a major point of history with Henry II.
Well, obviously there was the Septon issue that she had several episodes back, but then there's the sheep stealer. We haven't heard the blood in her ears sound in a long time, until Bela and Adam come in saying, oh, we've seen sheep stealer with a new rider. We don't know, could be the same. And then she's like, won't someone rid me of my husband? Basically, in her head. But let me mention a couple things. First of all, Beehive Girl, she says, I don't actually watch the show. I listen to people talk about the show. Laugh. Okay. Which I know from conversations I've had in the comment section with her. I do remember liking that film, but I don't remember about what happened. But Katharine Hepburn. Oh, yeah, Katharine Hepburn.
Again, she won her second Oscar for that movie, I think, and it was amazing. She was amazing. Well, she's amazing anyway, but it is a great movie. If you're into history. If otherwise, you might find it kind of boring, but
a little dry. Okay, well, again, it might mean differently to you later on in life, right? You can't go back. Let me also mention another thing. If you are on any of the other platforms like Facebook or X or Twitch or anything like that, head on over to YouTube, because that's the window that I'm monitoring currently for your chats. I can't see your chats otherwise. So yeah, youtube.com/squawkingdead. You should see it right on our homepage. You should be able to tap the live button or the live video and join the chat that way. I wish I could pin
Is it
that.
a Riverside thing? Is that what's doing?
It is. I actually talked to them about it this morning. So it's like backsliding. It's like, it's been working pretty well, actually. And I've been putting them on the screen for every episode. I would see Beehive Girl. I would have put your stuff on the screen if it was just working. Someone rid me of this Riverside. I'm just kidding. Never rid me. No.
Beehive Girl. I don't know how you can just listen to people talk about the show and not watch like the dragon stuff, because I can understand like just listen to people talk about people talking, but the dragon action, man, you gotta see that. Like, that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something about House of the Dragon that has taken to the next level.
Game of Thrones did. They did what they could with the dragon story, but there's so much more central to this story, so we get a lot more of them. And like we were talking earlier, to me they're like pets. Like, I'm not a pet that I have, but they feel like these people's doggies, like their doggies are protecting them, and they're their companions, and they're companions, and they've had them since they were little kids. And so like when Sheep Stealer, I almost cried when Sheep Stealer limped away, and he was groaning and whimpering and crying. I was like, no, leave him alone, you animal abusers. That was I did not breathe for like 10 minutes, because I was like, this stuff is not in the books. This scene was not in the books, so I had no idea how it was going to turn out.
So that was the surprise. I did, based on the conversations that we had in earlier episodes of the season, talking about Nettles, which I think you even mentioned Nettles in the last season. That's fine. But this season too, I had fully expected her to live her days out in the Vale as an unknown flame witch or something, is what she was, and a bunch of other names. Or Fire Witch, right? Oh. So, and to that point, Future Boy OG says they did Sheep Stealer dirty. I yelled at my screen, which, okay, fine. See, that's what I expected. But her to come back, and not only come back, but come back to the Red Keep in a room that Rhaenyra furnished for her, even though she doesn't want to see her again. I was very surprised at that. And now I'm like wondering where this is going to go.
So here's something you have to remember when you're watching the show. In like book canon, all right? Because people are like, oh, Nettles was somebody different. Okay. This book is written by someone 100 years after the fact, taken from 3 different very unreliable sources.
Right. Right.
So
right.
everything that happens in
counting
the
on it.
book is not necessarily what happened. Okay.
I love it.
And it's also like you have a very broad overview of the history. Very little of it is like pinpointed. Like Rhaenyra is around. She's actually supposed to be in the Vale the whole time. But Jane Eyre, when she said in this episode, when she said people have been seeing the girl living amongst the sheep and nettles, and like that clues you in, like that is how the whole story of Nettles started. It was Rhaenyra the whole time, right? But 100 years and your game of medieval telephone, that is going to change the way things work out, right? So I think that she is, in the book, she is Nettles, because in the book her relationship with Daemon was very
non-existent.
It was very contested. Some people thought it was a romantic relationship.
Right.
Some people thought Nettles. It was like a father-daughter, right? A father-daughter relationship. So basically, what they're showing is,
to be clear, you mean that in the books, it's not. It seems apparent that Nettles is not Rhaenyra, but in the show, they are combining.
Well, in the books, all they say is that Daemon was known to spend a lot of time with the girl Nettles. And like one of the sources says it's a romantic relationship, and then another source is like, no, it was more like a father-daughter relationship. So nobody really knew.
But there's no indicator that Rhaenyra in the books is Nettles.
No,
not really at all.
No.
Okay.
But this episode gives you how she became Nettles, right? If the people have seen her out amongst the Nettles, and it's very easy to give her that name because that's what the people are saying,
Okay.
So I love that because it actually brings it back to canon, but without being canon, right?
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah,
right.
Cool
So,
right.
But it was. I love that they did that because now all the people are like, "Oh, where's Nettles? She was here all the time, y'all. She was right there." Because in the book, you don't know where they don't follow Rhaenyra's every step. It's only been a month, right, since she got Sheep Stealer and went to the gullet. It's only been a month. It hasn't been very long. So it's not like it's not like she lived out there for a month or years or whatever. This is a very short period of time. And like I said, medieval telephone, man, things get changed and people hear different things. So I just love that they brought it back to canon, but without making it like exactly like canon.
It's like steering back into the canon, but not exactly like canon, which is fine. You're just so the chat knows before I read the chat. I think I can speak for everybody or most everybody in that I'm okay with adaptations for screen, and also given the fact that the histories, as far as this story is concerned, are unreliable at best. I love that you can make those changes, keep people surprised, and now I'm going to read the chat because
that's the whole thing. Because I know from reading books that it's nice to be surprised. Right? This is going to happen because it's
especially if you know what's coming.
But that was a cool surprise. I'd seen that they were trying to make her Nettles the whole time, but for them to actually bring it all around full circle like that was awesome. I'm sorry about Otto.
Well, in their own way too. So let me just read the chat because, okay, BF Girl says I never wanted to watch Game of Thrones, so I didn't want to watch this one, but I may be convinced since it's a prequel. Beehive Girl, so you may be okay. Actually, it's fine.
Beehive Girl, you and I are gonna have to talk about watching Game of Thrones too. You and I are gonna have to have a discussion.
I wish I could talk more about why they did it this way and how I would love to talk more about why they started with Game of Thrones. And the answer is kind of obvious the more you talk about it, having watched it. But anyway, let me go back to the chat. Future Boy.
Well, says, I'm sorry, Dave, but the reason they started with Game of Thrones is because Fire and Blood hadn't been written yet. He wrote Fire and Blood after Winds of Winter. It was something he wrote recently. So Game of Thrones was the book that existed first.
I see. Okay, I understand. It didn't occur to me. Okay. Yeah. Future Boy OG says I hate they made Rhaenyra into Nettles, but as it progressed, I like it now. Played out great.
Yeah.
Claps. Future Boy. Yeah. One more from Future Boy. Nobody really knew who Nettles was in the books, but she was still a fan favorite. That didn't occur to me actually. Yeah. I didn't know that. Or maybe that's why everybody a commoner.
That's why everybody was so angry about them not including Nettles in the show because she
no
was such
idea.
a big favorite. Yeah.
Well, doesn't that also endear the audience that has read the books to Rhaena? Because, and I'm going to mention this specifically, sure, you can feel bad for her for not having had a dragon since season 1 or whatever. But kind of, she's like do you remember Family Matters, the younger of the 2 daughters? And how nobody, she kind of was like a background.
That's her,
she kind of she disappeared from the show, basically. And so that's kind of like Rhaena. Like Bela's the Laura Winslow, right, of House of the Dragon. who's Uncle Carl? Sorry. Anyway,
yeah.
So, but it's true. She kind of fades into the background, but this kind of does double duty of making Nettles a thing while taking. Whoa, she all right?
Yeah.
Or he all right? Yeah, but then taking that character that is underlooked and making that character a beloved character vis-a-vis the books. So now that I have that, we can like close the loop on that. That's kind of cool. But that's the scene that I did not expect, which I loved. I love that she's back at the Red Keep, and every time Rhaenyra kind of has that tilt, that head, that like Rick on the Walking Dead head tilt. Who do you think I am? You think I'm gonna kill you? Every single time.
But seriously, so like Daemon was like, "Oh, you have to hide" or whatever. But did he really, really think that Rhaenyra was gonna kill Rhaena over that? Especially when she like got the story from Rhaena, right? Like maybe it was cool to hide her for a few days to let Rhaenyra kind of,
cool off,
calm down a little bit. But I feel like Daemon, while his intentions were good, the outcome of that was not.
Well, he's like the dragons, isn't it? I didn't really connect the two things.
Hey! Sorry.
Ow. Okay. Hey, my ears. Anyway, but Daemon in that respect is like the dragons, an imprecise instrument, means well, right? Because they are taking commands and really don't always follow them precisely. They're kind of like nuclear warheads.
Or at all.
at worst.
I mean, because this time, like, they were trying to calm the dragons down, and finally Rhaenyra was like, let's get out of the way, because they're going to go at it whether we are here or not. So, like, the only thing that kept Sheep Stealer from just frying them all was because they were holding Rhaena.
For like a period,
If Adam hadn't been holding Rhaena on him, he would have been fried, like, immediately.
Exactly. I also, one other thing was, I was kind of surprised that Rhaenyra came herself.
I mean, considering
how she was told not to in prior episodes.
I feel like after being told by Daemon that he had the person or whatever, and then it turned out that he didn't, I feel like she doesn't trust anybody else to go lay eyes on it herself. Like, I'm not going to believe anybody till I look at it myself, because she is descending into paranoia quickly.
So who does that mirror? For a moment, because it's a flash, Aemond in this episode too. He can only trust one person.
Daenerys at the end of season 8.
Wow.
When she lost everybody. Tragic. She lost Jorah. She lost Missandei. She felt like she was losing Jon. Tyrion was with his family. And she lost her crap because of that. So that's the same boat Rhaenyra's kind of in. And Mysaria saw that opening, literally, and took it.
Literally.
Right before, because we need to go there next. Right to Mysaria specifically. But before we do, well, I'm not going to go that deep into it. But it seems like what Ormond's been...
That's what she said. Sorry.
Oh, she just crashed my hard drive. So Ormond's been laying this track, or laying the groundwork for the following. Because even Gwaine says, which I love, Gwaine mirrors what Daeron says. Daeron is so smart, picks up on, who is this? What's this card, this wild card that he hasn't? And you're thinking, oh, it's Corlys, right? Is it Corlys? No, what? Then you get the reveal of Ulf at the end, but still, it's Corlys and Ulf and this. Because what he's trying to do is he's trying to get in, because he sends Corlys's finger to Alan, not to anybody else, not through an intermediary, but to Alan himself. And that is specifically designed to, first he's got the small folk in King's Landing at Flea Bottom to turn against Rhaenyra. Now the circle is closing in. So on the one hand, I can praise Ormond for his strategy at the start, at least. But Gawain and Darren are rightfully pointing out, and we'll bounce from here and back to Rhaenyra in a second, that, yeah, you're doing all this, and kudos to you on closing the circle, because now you're getting the people who are most loyal to Rhaenyra to turn away or support the Hightowers. But then you didn't account for the Rivermen and the Grey Wolves who outnumber Tumbleton by...
I don't know. They said 20,000, right?
Yeah, 20,000.
They have like 15.
And even then, you have your Hightower army, but you also have the small folk that live in the town. But none of them are warriors. They're just peasants and shopkeepers and blacksmiths. Like, none of them are warriors. Like, they are. You do see them like training some of the townspeople to use swords and stuff and carry pikes or whatever. But so like you can kind of count them.
They're kind of conscripted.
But I feel like I kind of knew the direction Ulf was going because it happens in the books. So I kind of knew that.
And
that
here I was
going.
All of season 2, be like, yeah, I love this guy. Yeah, go Ulf. And then he goes, they're gonna burn, and he gives them that
smile,
flashes that Ulf smile that he always
right.
Which I gotta hand it to the actor whom I can't remember right now. He is hilarious.
Tom Bennett.
Yeah, he is hilarious. His face, I just love everything about the guy. He just seems like such a nice guy. And to bring that in a twisted way into the show.
I've been sitting on that all season. Every time you guys talk about how great Ulf is, I'm like,
no, it's just me. I know it's just me. It's just me. I know it's just me. It's fine. Okay, so we're closing the loop on that. Ormond's closing the inner circle.
Ormond is kind of like Daemon in the sense that he's so blinded by people being lowborn or whatever that he can't see what's going on in front of him. Like, Daemon couldn't see that every time he smacks Ulf in public, it's gonna go bad, because he's like, this guy, I'm highborn and he's lowborn, so no matter what I do, he's gonna just deal with it, you know. But they've never had to deal. And they've never had to deal with common people having dragons before. So like, it's not something they're used to. So he's like, whatever, this dude's just going to do what I tell him and let me smack him around on the street.
Right. We're in uncharted territory.
Right. But even Ormond is like, oh, the great unwashed and the climbers. And like last episode, he was like, you can't trust a man who's grasping because they need something, or they're trying to cover something up or whatever. So he's saying all this honeyed stuff to Ulf, but do you think he's really going to give Ulf Driftmark? No. Like one of the biggest seats in the what would you call it, a country in Westeros?
In the region,
like
sure.
He is not going to give Ulf Driftmark, right?
Right. I fully believe that. By the way, that he's just doing what he needs to do for now.
But then, what does he like? Does he think that can't be turned back on him? Like, you're going to tell Ulf, no, I'm not giving you this. Ulf still has a dragon, dude. Well, he can still mow you down too.
Isn't that what Helena kind of told Rhaenyra, is that you have 6 dragons? You think that hasn't changed to you? That kind of thing where, you think you're on top until you're not, and you think that you're the good person until somebody points it out to you.
I feel like Rhaenyra, had she just been able to step into her father's shoes, would have been a great queen, because her heart was in the right
her
place.
Father's time.
Well, yeah, but maybe, I'm saying if there had never been a civil war, if she'd just been allowed to take the throne like she was supposed to, and they could have just moved on from it, then this wouldn't have happened. And she would have been a good queen, because she did have the desire to help the small folk and to, keep peace and prosperity. But because of the war, it's not working that way. It's not working that way at all. And so what she wanted is not... She can't be that person anymore. You can't win the war if you want to be the good person. It's just not going to work that way, right? It's just not going to work that way.
I actually honestly wonder if it maybe it would not have turned out the same, but I definitely don't know that she would have just been allowed to rule. Maybe, but we kind of know how these stories go. The Game of Thrones sort of thing.
It's like this. All of the men that they've been trying to put on the throne in her place she would have been better as a queen than any of them as a king.
Well, have they not gotten in the way of that?
Right.
Sure.
So
probably.
The exception possibly being Daron, because he seems like he's got a pretty solid head on his shoulders for the most part.
Let's pause here. Let me read the chat. Preacher Boy OG says nobody really knows who Nettle was in the books, but she was still a fan favorite. Said that already. Lady Jane said Nettles as a Lady Jane said Nettles as a callback. I firmly believe that too, but I feel like they were heading in that direction based on Rhaenyra's appearance to begin with.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
But somebody just had to say the thing out loud so that we can all stand up and cheer, basically. So, which is fine. Fan service is okay. I think Rhaenyra is slowly going nuts in this season, which I love. That they're also teasing it, but may not go full bore. Targaryen madness is taking hold.
They're doing Daenerys. Everybody complained about how quick Daenerys's switch flipped, right? Like she was fine, then all of a sudden, within 2 episodes, she was crazy.
Like
that's
and
not true,
they're kind of, well, I didn't say I thought that. I said,
yeah. I'm just saying it out loud. Sorry.
Right. But in this, they're definitely showing you the steps of her losing her mind and getting increasingly paranoid, increasingly isolated. And now, who is she gonna trust now? Daemon just lied to her again, and Mysaria is
pouring honey in her ear, just like Rhaenyra called her out
honey
on.
She got from Honey Holt.
Or the Beesburys. Let me just do the last one. Future Boy OG also says all that they had to do was let Ulf go to the bar, laughing, crazy laughing emoji.
Which ale.
Actually, you know what? To your point, Future Boy OG, yes, but going back to our comments, it's kind of like we're in uncharted territory. The class system is real, right? Do you think Daemon really wants to hang out with Ulf?
Even
Bela, drink with him? No.
Even Bela said it. She's using us as tools.
Who did she says this to Adam, right?
She said it to Adam.
I was surprised by that too. Mm-hmm. And that she said that out loud, maybe.
I was, the first time I watched that scene, I was so distracted by the big pile of dragon poop in the back. I had to watch the scene again because I was like, look at the poop.
Because we had talked about Ducaris when we first knew Ormond in
I think that is like foreshadowing. Like they, like that's like Chekhov's poop. They threw it in there so that you saw the poop before they flung it into the city.
It's Chekhov's deuce.
But I had to watch the scene twice because I was so distracted by the big pile of poop in the middle of the
You're right though. Then that line that she says just totally goes over my head. And then also they put the kibosh on the sudden realization that Alan has been going after Baylor's affections.
So you've spoken to your brother.
And what did I say? Pit against two brothers.
Oh, I knew that. As soon as they had the scenes with each of them, I was like, this is going to be a love triangle. Or
love it.
That
I love it. I don't like it, but I also love it. See, I'm conflicted.
In the books, she does get with Alan in the books, but they could still change that up again. I mean,
I don't want. Now that I've seen it, I don't want them to. I really like this Alan Bela pairing, despite the fact
they're more like Rhaenys and Corlys because they were salt and sea and fire and blood, and if she goes with Adam, they're both fire and blood. There's no balance. Maybe that's part of the problem with Rhaenyra and Daemon. They're both dragon riders. They're both fire and blood. There's no balance to them because they're both on the same side. They're both weighing the coin on one side.
Right. Yeah. Well, and knowing that Lena was kind of a good pairing for Daemon too, as just in terms of stats.
I will give this to Daemon. He did not kill Lena like he did his first wife. Lena went on her own. That was not Daemon's fault.
You would do that for me. No, I'm doing this for me. See, they were a good couple. See, Future Boy OG, uncle, niece, uncle, love triangle, good times.
Hey, you know what? After Aemond and Alicent in this episode, I am like totally fine with uncle niece stuff. Like that, I was like, please.
Yeah.
It really threw me off balance for like the next 20 minutes of the episode because I was just like, oh God, I did not need to see all that.
Well, I want to go back to Mysaria, but let's just get this out of the way. That whole scene, of course, is very distracting, but there's that tiny bit at the end of it. The end of it. Okay, let me. Sorry. I just have to look for this. Hold on a second, because it's. Sorry, I'm gonna piece this scene together. Okay. Best and truest son. The city has fallen. Aegon is most likely dead. I have failed you, Aegon. Okay. Now kiss.
So, like, as soon I saw it
There's
coming,
more.
right?
There's more.
Okay, go ahead.
And in this is the thing. And in this moment, I will give you a son. Ooh, creepy. That I wanted to focus on that, but also, Alice glamoring back
jerked him out of it. Yeah,
right. But then there's the, what have you seen? Alice says to Aemon, as though it's not her that's doing it.
It's the weirwood trees, the same thing that was getting Daemon.
Oh, and the weirwood bed.
He's sleeping in the weirwood bed.
I had thought that this was Alice, and maybe it might be
Me too.
A corroboration, but maybe Harrenhal is just like her dragon. Is he's trying to wield it, and it's an imprecise instrument. And she is like, what did the dragon that is Harrenhal tell you? It's like, I'm not really in control of this place. I'm just a happy passenger. Just as long as I suit its purposes, I can live here. What do you guys think? Is that kind of creep me out? Because there's so much crappy, weird things that are happening in the moment. You don't really piece these last two bits.
I mean, for all we know, she could have been laying there while he was dreaming, and then as soon as she realized,
oh my god!
As soon as she realized, she was like, "Oh, my time to shine. Let's go.
Hop on."
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's go time. There's a in the bed. Well, he was not playing. He was trying to wield his sword. When I saw him,
he was. That's what she said.
You know what? I'm gonna let you have that one. So I'm gonna go back into the chat. Jason, I'm gonna tee you up for just a second, but then let me just see here. Uncle, okay. I mean, if Alicent was my mom, JK, you know what?
Are you JKing though, for real?
I'll give that to you. It's fine. Yeah, that was Harrenhal messing with Aemon. Yeah. That's the thing. It's if you are too distracted, you don't piece that together. Is that it is Harrenhal? Alice is even confused too because she's not seeing what Aemon's seeing.
Aemon gives another. I don't know if we remembered to mention it last week, but Aemon gave Alice. No, it was Aemon. Aemon gave the trees a blood sacrifice when he shoved.
We didn't talk about that.
Right. The Iron Island soldier slammed him down onto the tree roots. So he gave them another blood sacrifice this week when he killed Adrian.
Sir Adrian, quote unquote. Is that
Redfort?
Yeah, Redfort. Is it Adrian Redfort?
Redfort.
Yeah. Okay. Now tell me more about that, because what does that even is that?
I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah.
So
give them sacrifice.
It looked like that's what it was.
The old gods, right? The old gods did a lot of like blood sacrifice and stuff, and blood magic, which is also how the dragons were tamed by the Valyrians. Was they used blood magic to bind them? Nobody really knows how. I don't think. I don't think it's really explained, but it's supposed to be blood magic, and so also they took sacrifices and stuff back with the old gods, and that's Alice's jam. messing with the old gods.
Idiot.
Okay. So let me say something about that real quick. So I was thinking, going back to things that Helena has said in the past few episodes.
Okay.
And when she's looking at the leaves, she says it's not the season yet. So what if the reason? No, I think she was talking about the Nightshade, because what if that's why it didn't kill Aemon, because it wasn't in season? Alicent made the tea from the berries, but the berries were not in season yet, and that's why it didn't kill.
Nice.
That's why it didn't kill Aemon.
For those not following, Charity basically said, "Oh, he's not dead. He's just an idiot." Basically, Aemon is not dead.
There's no way he was going out like that, even for those who weren't spoiled. There's no way he was going out like that.
But one would think, considering how unceremoniously some characters have gone out, that he might go out that way. But
right, but they made the point to say that they weren't going to let that particular character go out with any glory. They were like, "You are going to die in ignominy," and that's what he did. So, there's no way that was going with Aemon. That was no way that's going to work with Aemon. So sorry if I spoiled anybody, but you should know that he is not going to die like that in this episode.
This did send me into a tizzy about how didn't the vision that Daemon have predict that he would be, well, we interpreted it to be that he would be fighting his shadow, his doppelganger self, which we saw this a couple times in his visions in Harrenhal. And Aemon going out that way was like, wait, what does this mean for the visions? Wait, what?
Yeah.
So you predicting that is kind of boss. Let's go to the chat for a second.
Hell yeah.
So Future Boy OG says that was Harrenhal messing with him. Yeah. Was that a Queen's Guard that came with Alicent? Yes, it was.
Yes,
it was
that was
Rhaenyra's
Rhaenyra's Queen's Guard.
most loyal family too, Redfort, according to.
So the lady that was with Lady Jane Eyre sharing
say the last
sharing
name
the
thing, right?
bench, her name is Jessamine Redfort.
Oh, okay, okay. And we're to understand that she, it's her little.
So
they're
like
from the same house
Adrian
somehow,
Redfort isn't in the books. He doesn't exist. So like, there's no way to know how they're related. But they have the same last name. They're probably from the same house. Yes.
Same loyal house.
In some way, like they could be second or third cousins or something. Who knows?
Gotcha. And then, if you're going to get poisoned, having a witch maester as a girlfriend is a huge bonus. True. Idiot.
Yep.
The dinner between the three of them was
so
funny and awkward. And I want to point out that they also sent Aemond out to chop wood, just like Daemon was doing when he was in Harrenhal.
Making him peaceful.
Yeah,
but it was a different context. Honey, can you meet me in the kitchen? Something's burning. that was the vibe. Of that.
Right.
Talk about family matters.
We need wood, and he just shoved his plate away like, "Hey, woman, we need wood right this minute."
To the moon, Alice. It works.
But
you don't get it, guys. You young people don't get that joke. It's fine. But you get that, Jason. You get it. See,
I do, yeah.
He's in our age group.
My parents group. That's fine. Told me about that.
His parents told. Oh, Sharon, his parents told him.
What?
Anyway,
we weren't around to watch it, were we?
Well,
I mean
reruns really late at night too.
Yeah, it was on Nick at Night, wasn't it? I think I watched it on Nick at Night, maybe.
I watched it on public television. Well, like the regular public channels. It's New York, but Channel 11 late at night. The Honeymooners, by the way. So, wait, Future Boy OG got it too. I guess that's where the OG comes from. Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
We've one thing we usually do. We didn't get on today because I wanted to jump on the title, but we didn't do the tapestry.
Oh, the title sequence, you mean, right? Okay, fine.
Right?
There was one small change.
A couple changes, wasn't it?
So after Jace dies, it goes to two black soldiers leaning against each other, and then the tapestry flips over and they're green. So I think that they're just showing that the blacks and the greens are dying, right? But I heard somebody say that the two black soldiers were Jace and Lucerys, and that the flip side was Gwaine and Daeron.
That's kind of my vibe,
which is interesting. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
I didn't think of the first two, but the last two did feel really strongly like it was Gwaine and Daeron.
Yeah, I paused it to see if I could figure out who it was, but
I don't know.
Please, Ormund.
And
then
I feel like we're not going to be satisfied.
The next one is Kristen Cole with arrows in his face, and he's surrounded by the 7-pointed star, which I thought was really cool.
Whoa!
And the soldiers dying and bleeding as he was in the star, and then it went to like nothing. It looked like cracks in the ground, kind of maybe, but it wasn't really like people or anything for me to figure out what it was. But and then it went to the dragon sigil.
Oh,
cool.
OG says, Future Boy OG says the tapestry is confusing. Some I get something. I mean, same here, kind of. There's a vibe you get, but
did you notice what Helena was stitching this time?
I was trying.
I tried to. Yeah,
it was a ship. It was a ship sea battle.
Mm-hmm.
It was ships on the water, and I'm pretty sure it was probably the gullet.
Okay, so maybe there's more to that.
Well, there's a theory that Helena is the one that is stitching the tapestry in real life. Like
that's what it feels like too.
So she's putting up, but they're like, since she's a dreamer sometimes. So like she showed Sabitha Frey and Torrin Manderly like a week before they showed up in the show. So like because she dreams, sometimes she might be putting her dreams into the tapestry too.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Sure. Future Boy G says like, "Oh, we okay with book spoilers?" Yeah, some. I think.
I mean, I try not to spoil a whole lot, but like there's something that happened in this one that I know what it was, and I'm not gonna say anything.
Major plot swerves we're probably trying to avoid, but like some insignificant ones were like, it's fine. Maybe it's not going to play.
Well, I mean, like many times I've said that Sunfire was still alive in the book, but it was they were leading us to believe so much that he wasn't. I didn't really feel like that was a spoiler because I wasn't sure they were going to do it.
Well, we had, just so you know, Future Boy OG, we kind of said, well, it could be even one of the wild dragons. It could be, to Jason's point, I think it was Jason, right? A resurrected dragon, a la magic or whatever. Who knows what? And who knows what Alice is about to do with Aemond? I mean, if he did die, not, or whatever.
She said she wants to have 5 kids with him, and they have 5 eggs. So I'm pretty sure I know where she's headed with that.
Egg. Anyway, sorry.
Eggs.
I'm done.
Eggs.
Aegon the 5th. Anyway,
some more Aegons.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to what Helena says. I want to go back to Helena's vision. No. Before we go to Helena, that's a clear one we need to go to. Let's go back to Mysaria for a hot sec, because I do want to get rid of that. I do kind of want to throw it out. I had a heart. She gets it from both ends this episode. She gets it from Sylvie. Basically predicts the future. She says, "What power do you really have, other than to be cajoled by the nobles or Rhaenyra herself, and to flatter her? Because that's all." And she kind of walked into it. She literally played the part that Sylvie said, that's what your job is. And I found it kind of tragic for her. As much as people do not like Mysaria, Rachel's a very clear example of how little she likes this character. There was a part of me that really kind of liked the fact that she was a self-made person at first, right? Yeah. She built herself up as the White Worm. She styled herself as she was a champion of the people. I'm down with that. That's fine. But then as soon as she got into the Red Keep, it's kind of like Sylvie kind of called her. She said, "What power? You've basically cut yourself up from the very people that made you, basically." And this in the face of trying to make Sylvie and her proxies to the small folk and the crown, which I thought was pretty noble, but I don't know, I kind of want to piece that together just from the start, and then we'll go straight to the Rhaenyra scene with her. But what are your thoughts on that? Because it was, at first, it was kind of jarring to hear Sylvie kind of give it to her, especially since Mysaria was trying to actually do something good. I
mean, I kind of agree with both of them, but I totally understand what Sylvie was saying, because just like we said with Ormund and Ulf, they're going to use you and then they're going to throw you away.
I see.
And that's going to happen with Mysaria too, especially if things don't go well for Rhaenyra. I mean, what good is Mysaria if she can't placate the small folk for her, and etc. So, and like I agree with what she was saying, like let me be your proxy or whatever, but I feel like Sylvie is right to wonder if she's really doing it for the small folk or if she's doing it for herself. So that she has, what's the word? Leverage. So she has leverage against Rhaenyra and against the small folk.
That's interesting too, because I wasn't so sure that she was lying. I guess she's lying to herself, really, not lying to Sylvie.
Well, it's kind of like, okay, here we go.
Okay.
Rhaenyra is told by Helena that having a dragon changes you. Alters you.
Told by Helena, yes.
Right. And even Rhaenyra is like, but I don't mean to change, but that doesn't mean you're not. So here we go with Mysaria. She's got herself a dragon. It's going to change her.
But then isn't that everybody's ambition outpaces reality? You can't outrun what this is going to cost you. Mysaria, the closer you get to the crown, the more cut off you are going to be from the small folk. The less effective you're going to be to the crown anyway. You've lost all your power. Doesn't mean that she can't have some area of effect, but it's like anybody in this story. Everybody has sacrificed and lost as a result of their ambition. And this, I love how that doesn't. It's not limited to Mysaria.
We talked about that last week, which was the theme was, excuse me, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it, and it's going to destroy you if you do.
Can I tell you how much I hate myself in this episode? And I'll tell you specifically why. The two characters that I'm kind of looking to, like I've already written off Orwell as ineffective. I'm looking at the conversation between Gwaine and Daron. And Daron says another thing that endears him to me so much. And I love the chess game that they're actually playing in real time. Okay, if I do this, will this happen? No, just this will happen, that'll happen. And then he says, I don't really, Rhaenyra can have her crown. I don't really care for it. Gods be damned or whatever it is. And Gwaine does this thing. He's like, he says in face, I'm kind of proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. I love it. Because what happens when when you start endearing yourself.
Right.
They'll die.
Yeah.
I signed their death warrant.
Yeah.
They're in the tapestry.
I don't think it was you, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure it was their own lineage.
I so love Gwaine.
Yeah, I love Gwaine, and I like Daron. I like Daron.
I like Daron, and I love Gwaine. I can't
feel like
handle it.
Daron is
not
he's
that.
like Jon Snow, right? He doesn't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah, right? Except a lot on the less manly. Well, he's all right with the sword. It's fine, but like Jon Snow.
He's also a lot younger. He's also a lot younger than Jon Snow.
Give him time.
Yeah.
Give Link time. Sorry, he plays Link in the Legend of Zelda movie. Should have mentioned that.
I hope things go well for Daron,
but we have no reason to think
this is Game of Thrones after all. Like I was reminded of one of my favorite memes I saw a few weeks ago. Is like, I don't feel like I'm emotionally prepared to watch all the dragons die in a show that's about how all the dragons die. And I'm like, yep.
I like that one.
Why isn't it called Tomb of the Dragon? House of the Dragon. Death means slaughterhouse.
But I mean, all of the dragons dying doesn't necessarily refer to just the animal dragons. Like,
oh yes,
there's other dragons too. Yeah.
All right, so let's catch up with the chat in the meantime. Jason, you tell us where we're gonna go next. So, Future Boy G says, "All right, I'll throw it out because it's just a guess. Helena's sewing might be baby Viserys and baby Aegon. Oh, that's interesting. Do you want to comment on that?
Wait. So, are you talking about the
one she's stitching currently in the bed with Rhaenyra?
Okay. Yeah. Maybe because they were supposed to be on a ship and go ahead to Pentos when the gullet happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing I was thinking when I first saw the tapestry, when they showed the two black, I hate saying the two black children because it makes it sound like I'm saying that is not what I mean.
Not think that as you were saying it.
The two black soldiers, I thought that might be Viserys and Aegon.
I see.
Right away. But then it flipped over to the green soldiers, and I was like, well, maybe not. But it could be them too, because they haven't really figured into the season, but they do figure in later. So maybe. Let's
keep going. I like the White Worm as a character, not as a hero, but as a good part of the story. I have the same feelings, Future Boy. It's like I appreciate the White Worm as a character, how she made her millions. And then got burnt down by Otto.
Power corrupts, as we've seen.
He tried to reach the brass ring. It's a shame.
What is, in the Lord of the Rings, right? The whole thing is, I would use the ring to do good things, but you won't.
Right.
Even Gandalf was like, I would want to use it to do good things for Mordor, or not Mordor, for Middle Earth.
But you would.
But I wouldn't. I would cause more damage than I meant to. That's kind of like what they're doing here. Like no matter how much you want to help, maybe you're just doing more damage, even though you're trying to help. Yeah, definitely Daemon.
Yeah, I mean, just it's code. It's like your safe word. Just say Daemon. I get it now. Future Boy also says, "I'm not changed." Grabs Helena like her own personal crystal ball.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Rhaenyra is just. She has lost all of her intelligence because I feel like before she knows how Helena is. She knows Helena. Mm-hmm. She knows Helena is not that's just you're grabbing her and throwing her around. You're not going to get anything out of her that way. And she is so determined, like, show me this and tell me what you know. And Helena's like, you're freaking me out. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Because she doesn't understand what her visions are. So Rhaenyra's like, what did you see? She's like, a gray mare. Like, that's what she was looking at in her dream, a gray mare.
Before I want to drill down on that, but we have to also remember what happened in the last episode, which was super cool to see, is her getting cut by the Iron Throne, looking at Viserys and her forebears, and feeling like she has failed, and she's grabbing Helena and begging her in the middle of the morning. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know if that was begging. That was pretty demanding rather than begging. I didn't get any begging out of that.
Yeah, there's a desperation to it.
You can deny me as a sister, but I can compel you as a queen. Like, what are you gonna do to Helena? You're not gonna. Force isn't gonna make her talk.
Right.
She's not a normal. I hate to say this like that, but she's not a normal person. You can't. She's very delicate, and her sense. You can't get her to talk by being forceful. That's not how it works. If Rhaena had any intelligence, which I love Rhaenyra, please guys, I love Rhaenyra, but if she had the intelligence, she would have been like, hey, let's talk a little bit. Hey, why don't you go back to sleep and I'll come back in a little bit and we'll talk some more. But instead it's like, tell me what you know and I'm going to grab your arm and yell, and that is not the way it works with her.
I'm still kind of on the side of, okay, I don't think intelligence has anything to do with it. I don't mean intelligence.
I think I mean like social intelligence, right? Like, not her brain, but
I know what you mean.
She knows how to be social better than that, but she's
I just don't think she's thinking.
Paranoid. She's so paranoid.
Well, it's the chair, between the chair cutting her, between her losing her grip with the small folk. I don't know if that anybody, with the pressure that the throne is providing her, the stress that she's constantly under, I actually do not blame her for losing her tether.
I mean, I'm not
on reality.
I'm not blaming her really either, because I understand. But as the queen, she should be able to control herself to a further degree and know who she's dealing with. She's known that before. Like, she knows. I don't know. We've never seen her with Helena, but obviously she knows how Helena is, right? They're sisters. Yeah. She lived at the Red Keep for long time. She knows. So for her to just lose her cool like that is even further proving that she is not fit to be on the throne.
Listen, give her a pass. Corlys yelled at her about bastard children.
I'm not against Rhaenyra in any way. I like Rhaenyra, but I'm just saying, she's not handling things, which leans back into the male-centric thing of she's too emotional to be on the throne. And she's kind of proving that right now. Of course, nobody's taking into account that she just lost 2 kids within like 2 months. 3 kids if you count the one that was stillborn, within a few months, and her dad. And, so like, she's not, she has reason, but she's not doing the job she should do.
Well, and she's
letting her emotions get the better of her.
Well, and stepping into the role and it not being anything that she pictured, too. So, and having all these incredibly difficult challenges.
I'm not saying the men could do any better, because obviously they didn't. No, like, we saw Aegon and we saw Aemond, and they both did terrible. So it's not like they're any better. But what I'm saying is that is feeding into the idea that as a woman she can't rule because she's too emotional.
Well, and
she's feeding into that.
As much as I was cheering on Aegon throughout this episode, by the way, of course that was in the back of my mind. That, okay, let's say he turns everything around and gets on the throne. It's still Aegon. Nothing has changed. Yeah. He's going to have the same challenges and make the same mistakes.
It's kind of like Jaime, right? Remember when Jaime got remember what a jerk Jaime was before he got his hand cut off?
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing. Having himself be at the mercy of others
is his worst nightmare.
Right. But he learned from it, mostly.
He adapted.
He learned from it, and he did the right thing. So, like, Aegon can learn from what he went through. But I feel like with his reaction, I feel like it's going to go the other way, because he was like, I just burned a bunch of people.
Yeah, that kind of laugh.
I have to say, I still liked it.
Oh, it was awesome.
I can't.
It was awesome.
I hate myself so much.
So I heard a lot of people complaining, like, "Oh, how are they going to bring Sunfire back now? That's going to be stupid." No, and I was listening. I was listening to them today, and they're like, "Okay, we were wrong. They did a really great job of making it awesome." Yeah.
You are so wrong.
Yeah.
Let me continue with the comments.
Yeah.
Future Boy G says, I'm Team Gwaine, the only person with common sense. Poor Gwaine goes from Cole's lunacy to Ormond's lunacy. Dude can't catch a break. And he kind of puts a finger on the comparisons between Kriston and Ormond, saying the things people will do for perceived glory. Because this is within the context of Ormond doesn't see that he is not accounted for or maybe he has with Ulf, right? The force that's coming in from or for Tumbleton from the Grey Wolves and the Rivermen. So, and Future Boy also says Helene is on the spectrum, which is quite clear. Let's go here and go to Jason. Jason, where should we go next?
I wanted to keep talking about the Aegon and
Sunfire.
Aegon and Sunfire, yeah. Aegon,
okay.
yeah. But I don't know. Did you want to talk about Helene on the spectrum, or that's just a comment?
The only thing I definitely want to just touch on is, I guess this references the vision we see from the start of this episode, and we'll definitely go to Aegon because there's so much good stuff to. Wow, I was up to swear.
Yeah.
I was so invested. But the Gray Mare, Sharon, I wanted to drill down on that one specific thing. Is this referring to Jon Snow at all?
Okay, so my feeling with the Gray Mare is,
is that the same mare that we see at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
The only, because like Gray Mare, Pale Horse, right? The Pale Horse.
Pale Rider.
Yeah.
Targaryens.
The Pale Horse, I feel like maybe she's. So I feel like when she first came out and she saw the wagon and everything in the horse, she saw that as freedom. Like she was going to leave in the wagon, like Alicent said they would, and go and then later on we see her, the other part of that vision where she's with the kids in the field. And
is that a continuation, you think? Okay.
No, it was two different sleeps, but
okay.
I mean, it's the same,
a continuation of the dream.
Right. So I feel like the Pale Horse is probably a portent of death. Because that's the pale horse that we saw, pale horse, blah blah blah. I feel like that's probably what they're leaning at. Whose death is she seeing? I mean, who knows? Because
you can hear with headphones the White Walkers in the soundtrack in the background is the
an eclipse.
Snow. Yes, so that's the one I wanted to drill on because that's the only thing I looked up. I was relying on you for almost everything else.
There has never been a mention of eclipse in the books.
Let me add this then, because here's what I looked up in the combined HBO television canon, because I looked mostly at the television canon, but Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, the prince that was promised. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, I am looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Hold on. It is okay. So what I ask it also, what does a solar eclipse mean in the Game of Thrones universe? In the Game of Thrones universe, a solar eclipse does not appear as a regular natural event, but rather serves as a dark magical omen, explicitly tied to prophecy, doom, and the encroaching long night. Because the seasons and the celestial movements in Westeros are dictated by magic rather than traditional physics, so is what the AI is telling. It's AI. Anyway, solar events carry deep supernatural meaning. Its significance manifests across lore and show canon in several key ways. This is from Yahoo.
Right, we had the Red Comet.
Yes, right.
The shooting star in Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Right. So the Khazar is alone. Anyway.
I love that show. I love that show too.
I thought about that today too. I was like, I love that damn show. Anyway.
I had just. I'm not going to talk about it here because we're not. I don't want to spoil Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Okay.
But I want to say that I had an epiphany the other night when I was thinking about these shows, like I do often, and I actually wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. So if anybody's interested in it later, you can ask me about it and I'll tell you. But I don't want to spoil A Night of the Seven Kingdoms or anything else.
This is a perfect insert to say, if you happen to like what we're doing, you can always tip us on Ko-fi. It's ko-fi.com/squawkingdead, or join a membership on either Ko-fi or Patreon. And when you even tip us, you'll get forever access to our Discord, which gives you access to our ICYMI channel, which maybe you could put your theory in there in the meantime until it comes out.
And the meme channel, so make sure you check that out too.
The meme channel is gold, but the ICYMI channel can be one of those things because that's where we put spoilers. Could be something. Anyway, but let me go on with this because there's 4 cool examples. One which I know you're gonna like.
Okay.
So, Helena Targaryen's prophetic dreams and House of the Dragon solar eclipse is introduced directly into the Targaryen prophecy through the dragon dreamer Helena Targaryen. In her prophetic visions, she sees idyllic future farm life with her children that is suddenly interrupted when the sun behind them is hidden by an eclipse and snow begins to fall. It's from Comic Book Club.
And the gray mare. The gray mare is there too.
Right. Accompanied by the shrieking sounds of the White Walkers, the eclipse in her dream represents the literal blotting out of the sun and the shattering of peace by the future army of the dead, which is the second time it has been referenced in this series.
So let me throw something else out there real quick. The moon is very important to Helena. She mentions it in the last, maybe the last episode or the episode before that. And she was like, I want to see the moon. And Alicent was like, you'll have to make do with the window. That scene. So the moon is very important to Helena, which might be why the eclipse showed up, because it is a solar eclipse for the moon.
Oh.
So it might be like that might be why it was so significant to her.
I see. So the last thing on that is it is a visual manifestation of Aegon the Conqueror's Song of Ice and Fire prophecy, the absolute darkness coming to destroy the world of the living. There's three more points, but before I continue, I feel like I have to go back to our dear friend Future Boy OG, and he says, I'm lost in the gray mare, which we are covering. Night of the Seven Kingdoms reaction and videos are my guilty pleasure. By the way, all of our episodes are reaction videos / breakdown, so you should check that playlist out on our channel because it's gold. Just gonna say that. Helena got her chickens in her dream hearts. That's cool. Yeah. I thought that was cool too. And playing with Jaehaera and what I'm going to assume is Maelor.
It's Jaehaerys. No, I think it's
Jaehaerys. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's sad.
Yes.
Aww.
Right.
Also, if you remember that last episode when she was talking to Alicent, she was playing with a wooden horse. And now in this episode, she's playing with the real horse.
Okay.
But the wooden horse was black, not gray.
Oh,
I don't know if that means anything, but I just happened to notice.
You know, that's interesting because, okay, let's just close the loop on the Maelor thing, is that you do get to see her give birth to a child that is taken quickly away by a Queen's Guard. So,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Maelor.
Maelor, yeah. All right, let me read the last comment. Right, the moon and now the eclipse. Interesting. So Future Boy knows where this is going. I kind of do also, but we're not going to say it out loud. Last three things: symbolism of the long night. In ancient Essosi and Westerosi lore, the original long night, quote unquote, which happened thousands of years before Game of Thrones, is described as a period where the sun hit its face for a generation, 20 years, allowing the White Walkers to descend. While scientists in the real world have tried to explain the long night as hyper-extended volcanic or solar eclipse, George R. R. Martin has stated that the planet's erratic celestial behavior is purely magical. In universe, blocking of the sun means the weakening of fire and life magic, allowing ice and death to take over. Last 2 points. The Citadel's forbidden astronomy. In Game of Thrones, when Samwell Tarly sneaks into the forbidden area of the Citadel's library, he encounters an open book being tracked by the Maesters that depicts rare solar and lunar movements. That's fine. The higher-ranking Maesters keep close track of these cosmic alignments because an eclipse signals the shift of the world's magical scales. And the last thing, which is the thing I think you're going to like, the link to the Azor Ahai prophecy. The Red Priest of... Ooh, can't say that word. R.H. R'hllor. Okay, fine. Worship the Lord of Light, the sun, and fear the great other, darkness. Followers of the faith often interpret the blotting out of the sun as a literal bleeding, quote unquote, of the star that gives them life force. Not at all untrue. The prophecy of the prince that was promised states that the savior will come when, quote unquote, the darkness gathers, leading many in-universe scholars, cringe, to believe the ultimate savior's arrival will be triggered by a major eclipse event. That's from r/ASOIAF on Reddit. Would you like to? No, I don't care. It's fine. I don't wanna, Gemini. It's fine. All right. So I thought you'd like that one.
Yeah, I remember, if you remember, right after Daenerys hatched the dragons was the red comment, and they even said that was, well, I think Osha said it means dragons, and then somebody else said it means magic coming back to the world or something like that.
I think the latter is what I understood that was, or I guess it could mean both, because magic and dragons are pretty intertwined. And you know what? It does kind of go to the physics of this universe, according to the books or George R. R. Martin, is that celestial bodies and physics in this world are magical in nature rather than scientific.
Well, I mean, summers last for years and winters last for years, so you know their seasons are weird.
Their seasons are weird. All right, Jason, you want to go to Aegon? Because I don't want to go.
Yeah, and then I don't know how much we need to talk about the dragons. But...
Before we do that, real quick, I want to give you in the books what happens to Alicent and Helaena, which I don't think they're doing in the show.
Okay,
I could be wrong, but
this is
I
one
don't
of those
think
things,
that's where
Future
they're
Boy
going.
OG.
So in the books, they are sent to brothels. They say when Alicent one too many times says something about bastards, and so Rhaenyra's like, if she's gonna talk about bastards, then we'll just let her have one of her own. And so she puts her in golden chains. That's why she's called the Queen of Chains or something like that. But anyway, she and Helaena are sent to be whores on the Street of Silk.
What?
And I don't think that's where they're going with this. I don't think that's going to happen here. I just don't. I don't see that as the direction it's going with them. So
I didn't think she would do that to her former friend.
Look, Rhaenyra is not.
They were friends in the books, though.
Right, in the books they were. No, they were, but they've really built the show around their friendship. Where in the books it's not really like that.
Oh, okay.
But also, Rhaenyra is being changed by her. It's not her dragons. I think it's the power. She's being changed by the power.
It's a villain's journey.
So she's not the same person that, she will do terrible things. They've really toned her down in the show. In the book, she's like really awful.
She's off the chain.
They've really toned her down in the show.
She's like
which is not to say that they won't get her there before the end. But I don't see that as where that's going. So.
It does feel like it's pretty gradual, though. Yeah, I feel like we're heading in this direction. Like it's like I'm watching a slow-moving car crash. Which
that's what it is. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
I'm so here for it.
Again, that is to counter all the people that complained about Daenerys's quick switch. Even though if you paid attention, you could see her going crazy throughout the entire show. But
yeah, less crazy, but more like you can see her making decisions that are like, we're on your side for now. But this is horrific.
How many times did she throw, I'll burn you? Like, I'll come back with my dragons and burn you all down. And it's like, okay, you're not supposed to be crazy, but okay.
Yeah, it's all well and good when you're on the right side. But okay, when you're on the other side of that.
I loved seeing Cole's head on a pike, by the way. That was awesome.
That
was a nice
Tommy Flanagan's pike?
Yeah.
What's his name in the show? I'm turning it to Rachel.
Roddy the Ruin.
Roddy the Ruin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Roderick Dustin. I think it's Roderick of House Dustin, I think.
I think it's the other way. No, maybe you're right, though.
Yeah, I think it's right. Anyway,
he's
Roddy
from
the
a
Ruin.
house?
Yeah, House Dustin. I think it's House Dustin. Yeah.
For some reason, assumed he was just wild person.
Well,
I mean, he looks it.
Yeah.
It is Roderick Dustin. You're right.
Yeah.
Good call. I figured we should at least.
What better way to die than blade in hand?
Again, he's like Arthur, a manly Arthur, a very manly Arthur, which I don't hate, by the way. So let's go to Aegon and
Aegon, the dragons are my favorite part of the episode.
I never thought.
Oh my god!
I never thought I'd be in Tyland's corner. By the way, I was kind of like, yeah, but do I trust you? Yeah, you're weird, and we don't like Lannisters on the show. But even he's been through a transformation. He's kind of been raked through the coals throughout this entire show.
Oh, and he hates
Varys?
He hates the Tyroshi people.
Yeah.
He hates all the Bravos and the Free Cities. Is like, we don't want to go there.
He has little reverence, and especially like after he went through everything, Dick Hole kicks him off the boat with his armor on. It's like I can't win. Anyway.
Yeah, were you guys surprised that he would stay with Aegon?
I was
to the death.
That was one of the other surprises that I had.
Not really. So in the books, he never leaves the Red Keep. He doesn't go to Tyros and all that stuff.
Wow.
He stays in the Red Keep, and he has hidden the gold. And when they take over the castle, they torture him to try to find out where the gold is. They geld
That's right. You
him
told us
and
that
blind
when you
him.
delayed him, right?
So
forgot
I
about that.
felt like the ears, when the guy's like, keep your ears on your head and you'll die with your ears on your head, was like a shout out to, they actually totally brutalized him in this. So like for him to be that loyal to not give up the gold, rather he'd get gelded and tortured. So I do feel like, yes,
So
he would.
It fits, but it doesn't fit, right? It's kind of like Rhaenyra. We're steering back, but in a different way.
Also, he's gonna die anyway. They're looking for him.
Yeah.
Where's he gonna go? Where is Tywin? Everybody knows Tywin Lannister. The
So
guy recognized him.
So it's a low cost signal in a sense.
Right. I mean, the guy recognized him. So where's he gonna go to hide? Is he gonna go to Lannisport or whatever? He's gonna go to Casterly Rock. There's nowhere for him to go that he's not going to be found. So you might as well make a stand with your king and go out and have the songs written about you. You'd be the opposite of Kristen Cole.
Yeah, no kidding. Aegon really, like, without even knowing, put a finger on that. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna be some weird unknown dude that died randomly because he's been seeing that throughout his journey. The people being pickpocketed by being like crows of all the bodies in the field. He saw the kids doing it too, like we saw in this Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So he's like, yeah, that could be me easily, Poopy Boots. So, why wait for that to happen? At least I'm meeting my maker, which is kind of like, it's the opposite of Cole, because Cole, sure, he had renown, but he wasn't highborn, and that's just a reality. You wanted your little standoff to have a little honorable standoff. I took down at least 2 people along the way before they got me. Like, well, that's why we don't really know about you. You're never going to be known again. Anyway, going back to Aegon, though, seeing this 3-way conversation between Larys, Tywin, and Aegon says more about Aegon than... Actually, it says more about all of them all put together. In the back of your mind, you always are going to know that Larys is going to do Larys, but he never showed it more than when there was another person in the room.
Oh, I love it when he's like to Tywin, like, you should sacrifice yourself so we can get away. And then Tywin's like, no, I'm going to stay here and fight with the king. What about you? He's like, well, I'm out of here, dude. I'm not sacrificing myself. But he's not wrong, because he would be absolutely useless in a fight. Like, he kind of reminded me of Davos Seaworth in the main show. Because Davos is like, he's always like, I'm not a fighter. I'll be more of a hindrance to you than a help if I'm trying to fight with you. And I feel like that was how Larys would be no help in a fight whatsoever. Him staying there would be a total waste completely.
But right, it's still kind of it's no matter what. See, like, 2 things can be true. Okay, that's fine. 2 things can be true. That's it. You see it on Tywin's face, and I agree with it. What a coward! 2 times. Yeah. 2 times. When he said, I won't order you to stay, Aegon says to both of them.
Larys is like, but if my king insists...
Wouldn't order me. But that's the one I want. That's the thing I want to focus on, Charity. That, to me, because you can see it on... Because Aegon's not looking at Larys. He's looking at us. He has this look in his face going, okay, it may be true that this guy is just out for himself, but he did get me through this period of time, and I would not be here without him. That, and all with facial acting. Tom Glencarney, is that his name? Is that what it is?
Yes.
You have to say it out loud. That he did work
on a mangled face at that.
He did double time work. True. Because in that moment, he endeared himself to me at the very least. In that, there was such gratitude in his gesture of like, "Oh, you're useless to me. Get out of here. I don't even want you." That's him saying, thank you for getting me this far. And I love it. I hate that I love it. Again.
Last week, he sided with Larys because Larys was straight up honest, whereas Tywin was like, oh, no, sir, you're fine. You're a good person, and blah, blah, blah. But this time...
have their foibles.
Right. This time, it's Tywin who stands up and says, no, I'm going to stay with you, whereas Larys is like, see you later, alligator. I'm out. I'm outie. Again, I don't blame him, because what would he do? He would be absolutely useless.
Well,
at least
they're all being honest, though. That's the
Yep.
thing. That's the big thing about. I mean, you're meeting your death. How can you not be honest at this point? Which is respectable. In a way. Look, I hate. I don't. There's again. They activated my disgust mechanism with Laris in this episode.
Well,
It's always been there, like this, like a faint
Oh,
smell, like in The
you
Walking
mean
Dead.
Mr. Foot Fetish?
Yeah,
Grosses
lest
out
we
in the
forget.
first season. I don't know. I lost my train of thought right there. Sorry.
Laris poopy boots smell.
Oh,
Being
Clubfoot.
honest,
he can head back to King's Landing because he left them Otto Hightower as a gift, right? So that may have
Mhm.
bought him a little
grace.
Also, he could be like, hey, let me tell you, this is what Aegon's doing and who he's with and what's been happening and whatnot. He has knowledge that nobody else has. So he could conceivably go to the Red Keep and maybe be okay there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I would love to see it. I think you would too.
Yeah.
'Cause the moment that
But
they
he's
may find out-
also banking on pre-war Rhaenyra, as opposed to Rhaenyra right now, who is
Rhaenyra the Cruel.
done with everybody's crap,
Oh man, I'm so
except
here for this.
Masaria's.
I wish you didn't say crap with Massaria, because now that's in my head. Sorry, it's just a thing. Because you said foot fetish, then you said Masaria's crap, and then I was like, oh, great. There's a fetish I don't need in my
I
head.
love it when Alice is like, "You Targaryen boys only want one thing," and that is the subtext was that is to bang your moms, because that was what Damon dreamed about too
That's what I
when
was
he
gonna
was
say.
there.
I mean, she doesn't have a good sample size, to be honest. Like the two people that are same, in essence. Or I don't know, maybe.
But who knows? We don't know what other Targaryen boys she's messed with over what was she like 500 years old or something? Like she's probably messed with other Targaryen boys. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe you're good point. I would say this though, it does. So I should bring this up because we had wondered after seeing Damon's dream of him banging his mother, not really knowing her. By the way, did we actually kind of see Aemon's dream? Now that we have this kind of 30,000 foot view of the situation, because you remember how he was following himself, but it's really Aemond in the halls of Harrenhal in later on in the season 2. I feel like we got a preview into Aemon's dream of him, but it is his mother that he is. So now I feel like we have a little bit more headway now on their intertwined fates or whatever it is. Anyway, let me go to the comments real quick, and maybe we'll close the book on Aegon because we haven't really hit on the Aegon part of this, which I love. So Future Boy OG says, "Oh, that's right, Moon. Now the eclipse, interesting, and then we'll fight in the shade." Roddy's needs more screen time and lines. I agree. I was thinking about that during this episode. How
Roddy the Ruin, like, does anybody even know his? If you didn't look up his name, would you even know what? They haven't said it in the show. And Black Alley needs to have more going on because she had like one line, which was she sang in the Fish Feed song, and she's like a pretty big character in the books. Like they really could have included her more. So like here's where I'm gonna complain just a little bit because I really love this show. I really don't have a whole lot to complain about, but like we could have had way less of Massaria and Rhaenyra and Aemond and his mom, and had more of Black Alley and Roddy the Ruin because they are way more entertaining. That's all I'm saying. I love the show. I'm not really complaining about it. That's just a personal preference. I wish we had more of them and less of that.
less of gross stuff. But that's how they hook you, is the gross stuff, and then they make you normalize to it so you're okay with it. And then when Alan actually kisses
Like,
Baela, you're like, oh yeah, this is actually better.
That's all right. It's just uncle niece. I can deal with that. It's
right,
the
half uncle niece at that. So figure that out. Last comment is from Future Boy OG. I'm Team Aegon / Thailand 2. I was Team Laris. Ooh, that's a strong statement. I was Team Laris, but he bolted. I think he's going to Kaiser Soze and take out the clubfoot. Damn, son. He called him Kaiser Soze. And but then just now, I like Oscar Tully too, and I love that kid. I love that.
I love Oscar. I went back and rewatched seasons 1 and 2 before the season came out, And one of the things I loved was when he first met Daemon when his grandfather was still alive, and he was like, "Oh, yes, sire, prince." And then when he came back after his grandfather died, he's like, "Yo, I'm not doing anything you say. You are gonna kill this dude."
You punk ass bitch. That's kind of what he said to Daemon's face.
I know. We agreed to. We're loyal to the queen, even if we hate her messenger. Get him.
Can watch that clip over and over again. Wait, I was gonna say something else about that. Was I? Oh, he and I hadn't thought of it until just now because I could have, but I didn't. He kind of reminds me of, at the time, the little Mormont kid that runs House Mormont in Game of Thrones, who's played by Ellie, or no, not
Lyanna Mormont.
Lyanna Mormont, right?
Oh,
Played
okay.
by Ellie on The Last of Us
It's
Yeah.
show.
Oh my gosh, I
forgot her name.
On her name
Or
I'm
their
blanking
name.
on her name. All I can think of is Ellie. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been such a long time since we talked about this.
Earlier, I was trying to look up stuff about. I forgot Davos Seaworth's name. Like I kept wanting to call him Duncan. I'm like, no, that's a different show. It's not. It's something. I had to look it up. I had to actually look it up.
It's Bella Ramsey. Yeah,
Bella
there you go.
Ramsey.
There you go. Whew. Listen, thank God for the internet, or else we wouldn't be here.
Sorry, Bella Ramsey. We love you.
Yes.
We're just old and forgetful.
Okay, let's keep going. Oh, wait, let's do the Aegon. Let's root that whole thing out because his last stand was amazing. Amazing.
It was, yeah.
Again, we've been seeing unceremonious kills sprinkled throughout the season, and I totally expected it to happen, actually. But then to see a gnarly Sunfire creep up behind him as he's doing his speech, and he's like, yeah, bitches, stand back. Yeah, go away.
Roar.
I mean, and his words were actually really good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're going through the whole thing. He's like, man, he studied for this thing, didn't he? Wait, there was one other thing I wanted to say before that though, because yeah. When he's talking to Tyland and Laris about going, it's using the word ignominy or ignominy, whatever. The fact that he used that word was pretty solid. Coming from Aegon.
I bet he couldn't say it in High Valyrian though.
No kidding.
Right.
He knows how to say poopy boots in High Valyrian.
So I watched the behind the scenes on how they did that scene, which was really awesome. So
it was practical. It looked like. Didn't it?
Very. The last season of Game of Thrones, season 8, they set a stuntman record for burning 22 people at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The season before, in season 7, they had set the record with 20. So in this one, they set the record with 23.
Yee! Wow.
Okay. So I highly recommend going and watching the behind the scenes because they show you all the work they put into doing that particular scene. The other one they talked about was the Dragon Brawl, which I will talk about because I know we're going to come back to that in a few minutes.
Sure.
I will talk about how they filmed that too because that was really cool. The other thing I loved was his Sunfire's face is melted just like Aegon's.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But the opposite, right?
On
opposite side.
The right side, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. It's like they're the same person. I feel like he did wake Sunfire up though in that moment.
I've heard a lot of different theories about it, and my feeling is when he decided to stop and take a stand and stop running, they're very connected. We get told that all the time. They have a connection. That he was standing up, but also he was in danger, and Sunfire felt that, and it woke him up. Or he was woken up anyway and was just waiting he was just waiting for someone to wait for something to do. But
we also have noted throughout the House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, that sacrifice is a key motivator. And listen, if the fact that we just read that this world's science is based on magic,
Alicent, well, not Alicent, but Aemond killing Adrian Redfort at the weirwood trees may have been the blood sacrifice required to bring Sunfire back.
That's sort of where my brain was at a little bit, or even Alicent, because that's hard. Alicent choosing, because I said that might have happened. I said, do you know that it's not going to work out and that Alicent herself is going to have to put down Aemond? And maybe that alone, her willing to sacrifice this man, this son of hers, a son for a son, for peace, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, she's gonna get wherever she's going, and it's gonna pop up that Aemond is not dead, and Rhaenyra is going to kill her then. Like, you said you killed him, and I thought I did, but the berries weren't in season, and like,
not yet. Poor. I can't believe I'm saying this now too. Poor Alicent. That's hard. That is probably one of the hardest things in natural law for any person to do, is to willingly kill their child. You have to kind of soak in the gravity of that. And she does this because she's scared of that child and what that child may be capable in this weird ass place with this weird ass lady.
I feel like once she realized that Aemond did try to kill Aegon, she was just like done with it. Like, this is
like that confirmation.
This is what I have raised. Like I think she knew already. Like, that wasn't a big surprise to her.
But to hear him say it,
right? And now she's like, that is the only one of my family worth saving is Helaena and possibly Daeron. But she doesn't know Daeron enough to know what he's like. So her feeling is the only one worthy of saving in this is Helaena, because she is truly innocent.
Poor Daeron.
Helaena is the one truly innocent person in this.
Well, and then
so far,
what is
so
that?
Far,
right? What is that if not just saving that piece of herself? As we said last week, that made the clip is like, really, she's just saving herself. She's making it like, because she sees herself in Helaena, completely helpless, kind of like she was. Let's read the chat for a second, then we'll move on to, maybe we'll go to the dragon fight. But before we do, I'm going to play the TSA. Oh my God, CTA. So Gnarly Sunfire next to Solly. Let me say this again. If Future Boy OG says Gnarly Sunfire next to Gnarly, Aegon was cool. Sunfire was tiptoeing behind them.
You know what it made me think of? Remember in Lost,
waiting for the perfect entrance.
Remember in Lost, whenever the smoke monster would come through the trees and like the trees would that was exactly what I thought of.
That's really cool. Well,
it was a smoke monster of a sort.
Is Robert Foresee in this one? No, is he an executive producer on the show?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Alicent now betrayed both Aegon and Aemond. The 2 sons for 2 sons. Well, yeah, a son for a son. I guess that's how that worked out. Look, the math worked out for the most part, right? I'm just doing the math because it's math.
Well, right? Rhaenyra's 2 sons are dead and Alicent's 2 sons are alive, so I don't think that's fair.
Oh, darn, yeah, you're right.
Son for son.
All right, next episode. We'll see how that shakes out.
We still got Joffrey and Daeron to go. We'll see how that goes.
All right, we'll take care of the next episode. It's gonna be a blood.
Joffrey's still sleeping. He's been sleeping the entire time.
He's been sleeping through the entire show.
He's like snoozing. Like, I don't want any part of this. I'm just gonna sleep through it.
He's been dead the entire time. You just kept visiting him, but because you said I refuse to bury this kid. Anyway, Alicent now betrayed Aegon and Aemond. Yep.
He's hanging out with Jaehaera. 2 kids hanging out.
Or Jaehaerys.
No, not anyway. Jaehaerys.
He's fish feed.
He's a ghost.
Let's play the CTA and then we'll go back to the Dragon Brawl.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after these messages.
We just thought we'd remind you to show this episode some love by tapping that like button, if there's one to be tapped, subscribing to our podcast or channel, and if available, enabling all notifications, and sharing the show, or clips of it, with everyone you know. And don't be afraid to reach out. Leave your questions, feedback, ideas, or even concerns in the comments section. There isn't one? Head on over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead and leave your thoughts there. Rating our podcast is the best way to get our attention because it also boosts our visibility. And we'll probably address it in the next episode too. And if you think there's something to what we're doing here at Squawking Dead, tip us over on Ko-fi. As a token of our appreciation, you'll receive forever access to our Discord, along with 30 days access to our uncut episode and interview recordings, plus our pre-squawk insights. Take your support further. Join a membership tier on either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead, and you'll unlock access to more channels on our Discord server, receive shoutouts at the end of every episode, and depending on what tier you join, the ability to join us on camera and mic to break down future episodes alongside us. Thank you for hearing us out and making it this far into the episode.
We now return you to our regularly scheduled podcast.
Yeah, it's doing that whole loopy thing. Oh, and of course we messed up the screen arrangement, which I'm going to get really obsessed about.
Weird.
Jason, I love that your comment is the one that's visible in that.
Did you notice that? Yeah, I've noticed that too. That's funny.
It's a great round of comments on that.
It was La Ofrenda is what is yeah.
Daryl Dixon season 3. Yeah. Future Boy SC says also I want Joffrey's acting to get paid to sleep. Yeah.
You're right.
It's the best kind of sleep survey. The part of Joffrey we played by me. Whoa, you grew up so fast. Why are you so bald, Joffrey? Anyway. So, right. Dragon Brawl. Shall we go to Dragon Brawl?
Whoo, boy.
Yeah.
So you had said, I don't think it was prior to when we hit record, you said that you're basically holding your breath the entire time.
Yeah, man.
And I, to a degree, was doing the same thing, I think. I don't know how this is going to shake out.
Hearing the dragons fought, that's one thing, but seeing them fight is another thing completely. Like, I don't want any of the dragons to die. I don't want any of the dragons to die. All of the people, I don't care, but leave the dragons alone. But I particularly feel bad for Sheep Stealer because he was just minding his own sheep eating business on the side of a hill, and this crazy girl like threw sheep at him and tamed him. Like, what was it? Facebook used to throw sheep at people back in the day.
Facebook?
Was it Facebook? Anyway, she's
like
throwing,
Farmville?
I don't remember. She's throwing sheep at him, and now he's stuck in this war where he just got attacked by 3 dragons for nothing. Like, he was like, I'm just minding my business with my girl here, and y'all fly up on me and start biting me and stuff. Like, what's up? I felt so. And when he crawled away at the end and he was whimpering, I was like, oh my, leave my boy alone. He's got enough going on with his underbite.
And his gnarled teeth going out sideways.
Leave my boy Sheep Stealer alone. But no, for real, that was awesome. It was awesome. It was awesome. Like,
I have to admit, it was awesome. And I don't know that I don't know how much they're going to outdo themselves in future episodes, assuming the season goes over well with fans. Of the people who may end up binging it later, by the way, which, listen, let's cross our fingers because that'll give them more money.
There's only one season left, so it doesn't. Whether the audience grows or not. I mean, I'm sure they want it to, but there's only going to be one more season. So, one thing I did notice, though, that Rhaenyra didn't seem too upset about Syrax getting all bit up. Like, obviously she wasn't hurt bad enough that she couldn't fly away, but she was getting, like, Sheep Stealer grabbed her by the neck and was throwing her around. And, like, Rhaenyra was like, she didn't even care. Like, everybody else was freaking out, and Rhaenyra was just like, yeah, get out of the way and let her get bitten. What?
Well, there was a lot going on, and I think if you think about it, she is, I mean, look, as human beings, we're like tissue paper, and you kind of have to watch out for yourself. So the dragons can take care of themselves more or less, but
also when they came back to the dragon pit, she didn't say anything. She just got off the dragon and walked away and said you didn't want to see Rhaena anymore, but she didn't say anything about take care of my dragon or is my dragon okay or anything. Like, she just walked away. So like,
that's a good observation.
Her and Syrax were real cool at the beginning of when she was a kid, right? They flew all the time and that was her buddy, and now she is just like, I don't care if she gets bitten or whatever. I don't. So I was a little upset at that because I was like, oh, Rhaenyra, that's not
you could
good.
look at it. You could look at it a different way. How about this? Let me try something on. Look at it this way: of all the beings that surround her, maybe she feels like Syrax is the only dragon only being that she can rely on, aka herself.
Then why would you not care if she just got her head bit off?
I think she does. She's got other things to think about. She'll hang out with with Syrax later. Be like, "You want a treat? Here's a treat. Here's a little sheep leg. I love you.
I love Caraxes.
Taking care of Damon too.
On his online, his nickname is Angry Noodle Boy, which is perfect because he is like when he was biting Sheep Stealer, and Sheep Stealer was like thrashing around trying to get him, and he couldn't because his neck was so long he couldn't get anywhere near him to bite him. It was just like Sheep
Stealer the way his neck moves is kind of like somebody that's been in an accident and they're wearing that little neck brace thing and they can't move their head left, right.
No,
Meanwhile,
true.
Angry Noodle Boy's like, let me hold you down.
That was
like Sheep Sail's like, like a turtle.
Well, if you remember in the gold dragon and the red dragon,
The Red Dragon and the Gold, right?
Right, season 2, episode 5.
The
when
one
they had
before Meleese.
Big.
I think it was.
That was the one with Meleese when
It was
they had
during, okay.
that was Rook's Rest, and it was Vhagar that got a hold of her and literally bit through her neck. Like she died in the air. You could see the light go out of her eyes as Vhagar was chomping on her neck. That's why I was freaking out, because I was like, that must be like their most vulnerable point is their necks, because that's what everybody was going for. Their wings and their necks. So when she was biting Cyrax, I was like, what? She's going to bite her head off. Did you see her at the dragon pit? Like, she was all torn up on her neck and stuff.
Yeah,
I was worried. I was really
those
worried.
Bites are like acid, or you see this.
Like
when she clawed her, like, you can see it's like hot. Their blood is hot, and it
like
just
oil.
like right, because you could see it again in the Rook's Rest episode. Meleese clawed Vhagar, and Vhagar was pouring blood out as she flew over the men, and the men were getting it with the blood, and were like and like burning up. Because, but yeah, that was a crazy fight.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Let's go to Future Boy OG. Dragon Brawl was making me mad. I never yell at the screen, but I was there. I was here. And Future Boy OG also says Rhaenyra walked away from Cyrax, but then compare that to Caraxes and Daemon. It's very different. It is very different.
Yeah, he was petting Caraxes' nose, and Caraxes checked to make sure he was all right, and was like, "You okay, Pops?" And,
you okay, Pops?
He had blood all over his lips and everything, and Daemon was petting him.
That's okay. Don't worry about me.
So,
are you okay,
this is the other thing they cover in the behind the scenes, and man, let me tell you how it was amazing what they do. They storyboard it, then they create like a CGI. Like it looks like basic computer, like you're playing Atari or something. Like it's really basic, and then they do the cover up, and then they do the actors. So I was thinking, because I always thought like they would shoot the actors and then CGI around it. In this case, which they may do in other ones, but in this case, they did the dragon fight, and then they directed the actors where to stand in the frame so that they could have them in there. I thought that was really cool. And then they were like showing the guy that carries the dragon head around on a stick, so they can place where they're at and everything. It was really cool. Very interesting on how they did it. I mean, I highly recommend again watching the behind the scenes, because that was really interesting how they did the dragon brawl.
I wish I had more time to actually watch it. In our prior seasons, I did, and I was like, "Hey guys, there's a thing that didn't behind the scenes." Like, you're like, "Shut up! I don't want to talk about it." I'm like, "Okay, fine." There was yelling at me. There's some great things that the showrunner said. I don't want to hear it. You're spoiling it. I want to hear from your brain. I'm like, okay, fine. Charity behind the scenes. All right, it's okay. It's fine. I'm kidding.
I like the scene though, like how they set it up, where Daemon taking Sheep Stealer out of the sky, like get down,
Sheep Stealer,
get down, bitch, and then
don't get out the way. Stay down.
And I like that he was telling Rhaena that he didn't have a dragon when he was a kid either.
That was the main thing that I actually that's the only thing I really cared about, to be honest. I mean, I'm fine, but it's fine.
Which is why I think he didn't kill Sheep Stealer in the end, because he knows what it's like to not. He knows how she feels, right? Even like he says, I should have done better, because I know exactly. I went through exactly what you're going through. And I should have known and should have done better. So I feel like that's really why he didn't. He let Sheep Stealer go.
He had a chance to go finish Sheep Stealer off.
Caraxes could have finished him off real easy. You know, he could barely walk. He was limping away, and
what does that tell us, though? That has to tell us something, though. That is a huge mistake.
Oh yeah, because
first, if it is a mistake, it's kind of my point.
Sheep Stealer is going to come back.
And Rhaena had that crazy eyes look like Jace had. Didn't you see that? Like, okay, when Baela was coming over and going, we'll start anew. There was that. First of all, the hug itself was kind of like, sort of mid. It wasn't like close knit. Like I love you. Get over here, you big lug. It wasn't like that. It was like we shall start anew. My hands are fully outstretched. Wait, that's Bela, right? And I believe her. I believe she's crazy. Let me not get too close, right? But also, I love you. This is fine. Wait, this is the thing I want to focus on. As she's being hugged, Rhaenyra looks kind of off to the side, sort of, no, almost like looking at the camera, but not quite. And she kind of has that far away look that, like, can't wait to go back to my dragon.
Yeah, well, I mean, she has no idea that Sheep Stealer is not dead. As far as she knows, Sheep Stealer is dead because
I think
when
she's so
she
crazy
left,
she
they were
feels Sheep Stealer.
Yeah,
maybe.
So maybe
But
we will
this
get.
scene is also a little bit more proof of how dragons read their riders' emotions.
Agreed.
Because
Agreed.
when Rhaenyra is like running at them, and Cyrax is like, "Whoa, back up off my mom, yo!" Like she got all mad too.
Yeah.
But they were all feeding because this was chaotic. I mean, it was so chaotic, and everybody was so tense, and that's why the dragons just went nuts because they were like, "Stop, dragons!" And the dragons were like, "Nope, nope, we're just nope."
Nope.
I made a meme. I got a meme on TikTok about it, and it's like all of the guys from Yellowstone saying "F it," and I was like, when they tell the dragons to chill out, and the dragons are like "F it, F it, F it."
Exactly.
Because it was great. I loved it. I mean, y'all know I'm a dragonaholic. That's my jam is the dragons.
I do.
And
now.
so this was a good feast for me tonight.
And I feel like we ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, Sunfire in the picture now, in the light, maybe. God, seeing that gnarled face in the light after being in the dark or on the side
so
is going to be
in one
else.
of the
Wait, we're going to get this Dance of Dragons. This is like an appetizer for what the next episode might be.
Warm up. This is the warm up of dragons. This is the warm up of dragons. So a couple of episodes ago, when I was watching the behind the scenes, it was the one where Aegon went to Sunfire.
Right.
And Sunfire was laying down.
Got
I was
to see
talking about how they sculpted the head. They sculpted a real head and everything. The head that they were showing in that particular behind the scenes is the one that they used in this scene. His mouth is open and you can see the whole gnarly side of his face. Like the one that they used in that scene, his mouth was closed and you couldn't see the other side of it. But this is the one they were using in that. It's with his mouth open and his gooey face, just like his owner, just like his rider's gooey face.
To your point, Damon's just like, ah, like at the end. And the dragon itself was kind of like, it's kind of like one of those old fantasy movies where like the puppet is kind of just like mimicking the human.
So I love that he didn't even really take a second to. He was like, Sunfire. Turn around, Sunfire, Dracarys.
I know. I felt there was like a, because he kind of reaches up like, oh my boy, I love my boy Blue, my boy Blue. He's like reaching up, and then he goes down, and he has his sword, and he takes his sword out, and he goes, Dracarys. He says it very soft, and then as he's firing, he's like, yeah, like a little kid.
Dude, the laughing at the end of that, like he has lost his Targaryen mind. Like for real.
I feel like I can't wait to see what's next.
But you know what? You got to look at it from his point of view. Right? He thought he had no power. He had nothing. He was the lowest of the low. He was getting ready to die because he was just like, I'm tired of living like this. My dragon's gone. My power's gone. Nobody cares about me. Nobody's looking for me. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody thinks I'm dead. And then all of a sudden, in like 1 minute, he has his dragon back. He's got his power back. He's like he's a man reborn, literally a man reborn from the ashes. He's the phoenix of this show because all of a sudden he has everything back.
He's a poopy phoenix. Maybe, I don't know.
I
guarantee
have no idea
we're having
poopy bombs. I guarantee we have poopy bombs next episode.
We have no idea what's coming though. That's the other thing.
Well,
like,
well,
we have an idea with the
some of us do.
Maybe he'll die. Oh yeah, maybe you're right, but maybe not though, right? Because of the way this is turning out, I don't know. But let's go to the comments for a second. Future Boy OG says, "Yeah, I agree. Damon didn't kill Sheepstealer because of Rhaenyra, which, man, of all the mistakes you can make." That's
Poor
anyway.
I just feel so bad for Sheepstealer.
I do, but it's kind of like
he was just minding his business, and some crazy girl just took him and got him all embroiled in this.
Right. But then again, okay, if you don't, then what happens? You're gonna get a whole bunch of other people killed, basically. So
yeah, but Sheepstealer was like off on his own. Like he didn't have any business with this stuff. He was just eating sheep.
I blame Rhaenyra
doing his thing, and Rhaenyra's like, I gotta have a dragon, so let me torture this one.
See, you know what? And we were saying, oh, I hope Rhaenyra gets a dragon. What a dumb wish. What a dumb.
We were saying that for
we're
the
dumb
longest
people.
Rhaenyra does get it in the books. She does have a dragon hatch after the dance. And it's a pink dragon named Morning. Morning.
You mentioned that.
So what I'm wondering is like possibly Sheepstealer won't recover, although I don't see how he can't, considering Sunfire recovered from what he recovered from. And it's not like anybody was there doctoring Sunfire or anything. I mean, he healed on his own. So I'm like, maybe he dies and then she has the dragon, but I don't know if that's because again, this was after the dance. I'm not sure where they're going to stop this show.
I agree.
Are they going to end it right after the dance, or are they going to go a little bit further in the history? I mean, I don't really know.
It makes me wonder that maybe some of the visions that we saw in this episode from Helena, we got an eyeful of them.
Oh, I know what one of them is. Well, I know what one of them is, and I'm not going to say anything, but I know what it is.
I feel like some of that is sort of, we may not show this on the show.
Oh no, they're going to show that.
Okay,
it's a major thing.
Okay, everybody. Well, let's say the last comment from Future Boy OG. Behind the scenes said it perfectly. Humans caught in a Godzilla battle, which is kind of my point. It's like we have to protect ourselves because one of the things you said was, well, if they get the rider, it does affect the dragon's performance in terms of.
Well, you see, once they knocked Daemon off, Caraxes quit fighting when he knocked Daemon off when the tail knocked him off. So
yeah, he's just very.
But vulnerable. I don't know if that was because he felt like more like he had to protect Daemon, or if he was like, "Oh, my rider fell off, I'm going to quit fighting." But I think it was more like I got to protect my rider since he fell on the ground.
I agree. Yeah. Well, it's like, what instructions do I have now? I mean, I think look, Caraxes would have protected itself if Sheepstealer kept on the fight, but it didn't. It walked away.
Yeah, Sheepstealer was like, "Peace out. I'm going to go hide in a cave and heal."
I hate this. Bye. I hate you. I hate everybody. Bye, Sheepstealer. So I don't. As far as anything else goes,
Sheepstealer's like the Helena of this show. Like, he didn't ask for any of this. He's just caught in the middle.
Yeah.
We have said some dragon matchups didn't, like Ulf and Silverwing. Well, I think he would have been better suited for Sheepstealer, actually.
Well, I mean, I think the reason Silverwing went with Ulf was because it's his
ancestor, right?
Grandmother rode Silverwing. I can't remember the exact family tree, but I think it was like his grandmother or something rode Silverwing. Same thing with Hugh, his grandfather or father or something rode Vermithor, which is why
so the scent maybe. Okay, let's talk about one of Helena's. Oh, is this maybe the one you don't want to talk about? After telling Rhaenyra that the dragons change you, you see in one of her visions that she mounts a very beautiful Dreamfire. Oh my goodness!
Isn't the design of that dragon awesome?
You know what? Her outfit is not that bad either.
Dreamfire looks like Sheepstealer could be like one of her offspring because of the spikes.
Yeah, true.
And the head, because so if you look at Drogon and Viserion and
Daenerys' dragons.
Yeah, Daenerys' dragons.
You're trying to
call them? God. I can't believe I forgot last name. Anyway, they look like I think it's Cyrax. Anyway, whoever her eggs, they look like that dragon. The only dragon that doesn't really look like the others is Angry Noodle Boy, because he looks like Angry Noodle Boy.
I thought,
but a lot of them have
Noodle Boy looked
faces.
like one of Daenerys' dragons, though.
Yeah, they have very different faces, like their faces and stuff. Yeah,
100%.
I think they're supposed to be Dreamfires. It's Dreamfire's eggs that Daenerys has, I think. So they're Dreamfire's offspring.
There are so many sources from whence Daenerys could have gotten her eggs too. The clutch that Silverwing has, the ones that are with Viserys
So
and
that
Aegon
is
going to Pentos.
that Daenerys's eggs are supposed. The prevailing theory is that Alyssa Farman took 3 of Dreamfire's eggs. She was Rhaena Targaryen's friend, and they had a falling out. And Alyssa Farman took 3 eggs and went to Pentos.
Sorry, Rhaena from the Conquest. Is that what it is?
Rhaena, the granddaughter of Aegon the Conqueror.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, fine.
Right. So, she took the eggs and went to Pentos, and that is where the eggs were because they gave the Illyrio of Pentos is who gave Daenerys the eggs. So pretty sure they're Dreamfire's eggs from the clutch that Alyssa Farman took.
Well, and Future Boy OG gives you the name of the last dragon, which is a Rhaegal.
Thank you. I could not remember that.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
That's like me blanking on Davos Seaworth earlier today. Like I felt like an idiot.
The Onion Knight.
That is what I had to look up. I was like the Onion Knight because I couldn't remember his stupid name.
Yeah. I don't know. It's what sticks first. Going to that exact vision. Is that the one you don't want to talk about?
Yep.
Okay. Does that happen?
Yep.
Okay. I'll leave it at that.
Well, yes and no, but I'm not going to say any more than that.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
What I do want to focus on.
Yeah. Can't think of why you don't want to talk about it.
She's in the dragon pit in King's Landing.
I guess we'll find out.
You will find out.
Well, and it does go to her comment that she says way earlier about, because this is near the end, about the dragons changing you. And I fully agree. That's why she does not want to mount Dreamfire. And you see evidence of that throughout the entire episode. How it's going to change Rhaena. It's already changed Rhaena. Maybe it's changed Rhaenyra, having 6 dragon riders in her stable.
The thing is, I don't know so much that it's dragons, right? It's the power that the dragons give you. Because Rhaenyra rode her dragon for years and years and years and didn't have happen to her what's happening now. It's the power that the dragon gives her and that she feels responsible
It's the
for.
venue.
Yeah.
But you know what? To go to some of the themes we've seen in the series, which, and I'm not talking about just House of the Dragon, really, although yes, probably, especially in season 1, Game of Thrones has had a way of showing us things that cannot be explained without magic being a possibility, or the supernatural, let's say. So I'm okay with maybe, yes, it's power, but also, yes, I feel like there's just call it what is it called? A catalyst, let's say. Power plus dragons equals crazy, or power, for lack of a better word.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah,
right?
But then absolute power with dragons corrupts to the most entertaining degree.
Yes, it does.
Let's put it that way.
Yes, it does.
I'll put it. So that's how I'm going to put it. Yeah.
I'm smart enough to not really be attached to anybody in this show, so I am pulling for the blacks, but I'm not saying it which way it goes either way.
I am finding myself hating myself for cheering on some of the greens.
Hey, you know what? I mean, Aegon has been very entertaining. I still think he's a piece of crap, but so is everybody of the show. So is everybody else in this show. So
he's the Negan of House of the Dragon.
I mean, there's like 2 nice people. There's like 2 people that I would trust, and I'm not even sure about them.
And you know what? How quickly the show has soured me on Mysaria. Just in 1 episode. And it's tragic to me, but she leans into what Sylvie says, like, well, if that's all I'm good for, which it makes me sad and simultaneously disgusted with her. It does make me sad. I mean,
that's what she was in the beginning, so she's just returning to her roots, I guess.
That you can't escape where you came from is what Sylvie said. You'll always be a whore.
One of the things I love the most is when Sylvie said, "It looks like a bunch of cocks standing up straight." The chair. It made me laugh so hard. And it made me think of in the main show when Jamie said they were talking about Renly, and Jamie said they should have made the throne of cocks. They never got him off it. And that was what made me think of it. It was so funny. And again, he also said maybe it's all cocks in the end. Maybe it is.
Maybe that's all this is about. Yep. The dragons.
Well, I mean,
it is. Little boy.
It literally is about cocks because that's why they don't want Rhaenyra on the throne.
So what you're saying is,
She doesn't have one. That's why they don't want her on the throne.
so wait, you're saying Angry Noodle Boy is just one big angry cock, noodly
I
cock
mean,
with wings.
he does kind of resemble one.
Let that comment stand. Let's see what else. Just in time for Rhaenyra to be mesmerized by Missaria. Yeah, it really gets into my craw. But yeah. Okay. Hollowing out loyalty for Rhaenyra. Alinda Massey. Okay, let's go. Just and this obviously precedes the Missaria scene, but making Alinda Massey stand there while they have this conversation does kind of mirror Aegon and Larys and Thailand a little bit, in that there is a sort of check and balance to the conversation. You see Daemon coming to her face and going, all I've ever thought about is for you. And Alinda Massey looks down and is like, oh, he's a liar. He's lying.
Oh.
Also,
or boy, that's cringe, dude. That is not, you expect that to work?
we are supposed to feel as awkward as she does in this conversation.
She's the audience insert.
That's part of the reason they kept her in. Also, it's a power move by Rhaenyra. Like, you don't even matter enough. You don't even matter. I'm so mad at you right now. I'm not even going to have a private conversation with you. I'm going to make my maid stay here and listen to it.
Right.
Also, it's a
kind of a
witness in case he does anything. If he does anything wild,
That
it's a
too,
witness.
yeah.
But I love that we are seeing it through her eyes, like how awkward and uncomfortable she is, because she's
that we're
just
not alone too in seeing all
Yeah.
these scenes where Damon's playing her like a fiddle to get him back on his side. Oh, it's rough.
Daemon, like, he is the epitome of good intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, because he does things with the intention to help Rhaenyra, but it never, ever works that way.
I think the beginning part of his whole spiel was the most sincere I've ever seen Daemon. Besides, right, which mirrors the Rhaena conversation. When I was a kid, I didn't have a dragon. My mom died when I was 3 in bed, and Viserys was depressed about it, and blah blah blah. All that was real. And it does explain. Do you remember we had that question of why does he care? Why doesn't he dispatch with Rhaena if this isn't his character? Oh, just like Alicent looks at Helena and sees herself. Finally, Daemon looks at Rhaena and sees himself.
You know who else didn't have a dragon until they were older? Aemon.
I was gonna say Aemon. Yes, that's right. Yep. Twinsies.
He also had no dragon and a distant mother. She wasn't dead, but she even kind of says it. You know, she's like, I should have been a better mom at one point. You know it.
I think she means it too.
Yeah.
It's so
Too
sad.
late now, Alicent. But I mean, you know, she was a kid when she got married to an old man and was forced to have babies by him. Like,
she said it. She said it. Wow. Again, people being finally honest with one another. And
Well,
you know what? Maybe that's why Daemon didn't want to love Rhaena too. There's that other side of that coin where it's like, oh, she's too much like me. I don't want to. It's not, especially if I'm going to marry not her mother or stay with her mother, and I have intentions to marry Rhaenyra. It's like, oh, I don't want to love you. It's fine. It's okay.
Also, she didn't have a dragon, so she wasn't important. Because as a Targaryen, that's like, remember when they were talking about how the seven is important to the Hightowers, religion is important to the Hightowers as dragons are to the Targaryens. So, like, that is your entire identity as a Targaryen is having a dragon. So if you don't have a dragon, you're less.
What are you? Right.
Yeah, you're not a real Targaryen, basically. I mean, you are, but they're not going to pay attention to you like you are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? Just to throw it away, because I really don't want to dwell on the Ulf thing. Ulf is the simplest form of what everybody's going through. The simplest. He's like, well, at least this guy's giving me my castle and Driftmark. Who boy, Driftmark? Because you heard him see it earlier, like just wanting to be a lord and getting a castle, and this guy's gonna give it to me. What strings, brother? What strings? What strings are attached to this? What good? And he feels like I'm never gonna be good enough unless I get a castle, unless I become a lord magically. But that's the simplest version of what it is to have that kind of ambition. You see Ulf reaching for the brass ring. Hey, you know what? He might just get it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because it's always the dumb ones sometimes that get it, that flush up in a way. I'm curious.
I mean, true.
Right? So
it also helps if you have a big effing dragon.
Wouldn't that piss you off though too? But then at the same time, you're like, you know what? Touche, show. Touche. I can't be mad at making me mad. Let me just say this one comment because Future Boy OG says, I didn't have a dragon until I was older. I turned out fine, I think. He's your kind of guy.
Can you direct me to where I might find a dragon, sir?
Yeah, Future Boy. Look out for our sister. And we've got one more. Tanjiro Kamado. Oh, that's Demon Slayer. I know some stuff, Tanjiro. Bro, this season's so good. I agree.
Thank you. I agree too.
Can I say maybe I'm not gonna say it's the best season. This is like these seasons of House of the Dragon are a lot like White Lotus. Every season is kind of unique in its own way. I'm not saying like it's a completely different setting, but these people are evolving, and each evolution is completely different than the last. And I'm okay with that. I actually am. Why compare the seasons? They're just differently themed.
Right.
Anyway,
I mean, most complaints that I have seen have been it's too far off of the books. I mean, that is like 90% of the complaints.
Right.
And it's like, you know what? I get it. I mean, I really do understand it because there are books that I love, and when it's adapted, it's not what I expected. I mean, I totally understand that. And that's okay, but you have to take into account that you can't transfer something directly from a page to the screen. And also that this is unreliable histories. So what you read in the book is not necessarily what happened. That's the view you're getting 100 years later, somebody telling the story about what happened. Medieval telephone. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
I understand that you're disappointed that things aren't going the way that they went in the book, but that's not the way it's just not going to happen that way. And the other complaint is it's too slow. It's called character building, people. Character building.
I feel like these last two episodes are what these prior episodes were all meant to take us to. Is these two episodes were
too much.
A lot happened this
filler.
Episode.
It's too much filler. What do you think filler is, people? How do you care about characters if they don't develop the characters for you to care about?
I mean, how do you get me to the point where I'm actually rooting for some of the greens? Case in point.
Look, I love the dragons.
Slowly,
that's what
right?
I want to see dragons fighting every single episode. Okay, but I know it's not going to happen, right, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Give me the character build up so that I care enough about the characters to care what happens to them when they get eaten by a dragon.
Exactly. Feed me dinner, mommy, so I can have dessert. I'm sorry, that's how I'm going to put it.
I mean, but you know what? In today's pop culture, people just want to complain. Right? I mean, they want to find and I mean, I've done it too. I find things to complain about too, but I understand where they're coming from. But it's just not. This show is doing great. Back off, people.
Well, in a sense, the television/movie watching audience, there's an evolution in what you can tell and how you must tell a story based on the generation that you're in currently. I'm feeling that now, and I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like television has to adapt more quickly to the, let's say, attention spans for shorthand of the audience. So it's interesting that maybe this show is getting to some people to engineer them to kind of slow down so that when the payoffs come, you can actually feel them. It's like dessert. You've had the meal. You've reached the moment where you're going to have the dessert, and this is what you've been waiting for. Hopefully the payoff is I feel like we got a lot of payoff in this episode, personally. Man. And we have one more episode where we think it's going to be the setup for the next season, and it might. But I feel like we just got the appetizer for a bigger dance that is going to happen.
I mean,
we haven't seen Vhagar the whole season, by the way.
As much as they've been building up. No, we did see Vhagar at the very beginning because she and Aemon burn Harrenhal.
Sure. Yes, that's right. Yeah. That's right. And some of the soldiers too, the garrison outside. Oh, in that maiden pool, was it? No. Wendish.
But we didn't see them there. We didn't see her there, but she flew into Harrenhal with Aemon.
But that's it.
Um,
and we always saw his footprints after that,
Yeah.
and Dookie's.
And poop.
Oh, yeah.
Ducaris.
I mean, like, I'm sorry, but that was just hilarious. Like,
It was.
really did.
After we talked
It really
about
did distract me the whole scene. I was like, look at this. I'm like, is that poop? That's funny as heck.
Okay. Do you want to go, or because I want to just look at the chat?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Tanjiro also says Sunfire's rent. I don't know what that means. I'm so old. Do you know what that
Right.
means, Jason? I'm hoping.
No.
Rent.
I don't know.
Rent can be torn. That's
Yes.
like a word for torn. So
That's kind of
yes,
what I was thinking too.
in that, yes, he is rent.
Funny, funny boy. Future boy OG. Maybe he's funny though. The book is a Wikipedia page. People saying it's not following the book need to reread it. There's so little there. Fair.
It's true because it's when Daron makes the comment a few episodes ago about the dry histories, I thought of this book because it is very like I talked to someone there like I tried to listen to it on books on tape. I'm like, no, this is not.
Are there different voices for the?
No, I don't think so.
That sucks.
I don't. But I'm like, this is not the kind of book that you listen to on an audio book. It's just. Because it is very dry. Like there are moments where they kind of zoom in on something happening, but the rest of the time it's like a broad overview of what's happening, and it's also contradictory and stuff. So it's not reliable histories. That's the whole point of the book. Is
Yeah.
isn't that history is written by the victors, right? So it's kind of that you're getting three very different looks, and none of them are probably right.
And the truth lies somewhere in between, basically. Let's see. Future Boy OG says he says also the show has hit all major events. Fair, yeah. As long as you can hit the big beats to move the story forward for people who recognize it, it's fine.
And we saw one of those in Helena's visions.
Dream.
Oh God, I just don't even.
It's just overwhelming. Yeah.
I
wish we could talk about it more, but that's fine.
If you want to be spoiled, you come talk to me and I'll tell you all about it. But
That's
I don't want to say anything here.
Go to our Discord. What is the best part? Tanjiro also asks. I think.
Best
or
part.
What is best part is what Tanjiro says. To be specific.
Best part.
Well, actually, what is the best part? What did you find the best part, Jason?
Oh my God, the Dragon Brawl. Sorry, Jason, I cut it on you, but Dragon Brawl.
All right.
All right, Sharon D.
Yeah, what was better than that? I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, the dragons just looked really good. Because sometimes when the dragon riders are like getting off their dragon, I can kind of see the CGI. It doesn't look as good. Everything looked really good in this episode. I thought they really put the money into this one.
I'm thinking about I think my favorite scenes were the ones with Aegon. Actually, there are other scenes I could probably put on par with that, but there was something so interesting about that three-way conversation where you really get to see what people are made of.
My favorite part was Aemon banging his mom. I'm just kidding. That was not.
It was like literally you did not want to even touch it.
I did not even want to talk about it. Like no.
And yet here we are.
Oh wait. I realized it as soon as she kissed him. I was like, no, this is a dream. This is not real.
Oh really? Okay.
Alicent would not be doing that.
Well, yeah, it was right away. That's true.
The fact that it made me think that could happen. Based on the fact that it did happen, was one of those things that kind of made me think, okay, well, I don't know, maybe she's that desperate to kind of get him on side.
Maybe I didn't know it. Maybe I was hoping it was only a dream at that point.
Fair. Let me ask you a dumb question that may be a throwaway question, and this is to you in the audience too. Okay, do you think Alicent has the cat's paw dagger with the prince that was promised stuff on it?
I mean, it was laying on the table. Right. It was laying on the table, so it's possible she took it because somehow it has to end up
somewhere
in Peter Baelish's hands, right?
Okay.
The other thing was like maybe she was marking what cup she set where, so she didn't accidentally pick up the poisonberry cup and drink it herself.
There were also, I think there were different cups too, so. But I just thought that was it's a dumb throwaway question because
I mean maybe because well I'm not gonna say anything else. Never mind. I was about to drift into spoiler territory there, so let me not say anything else about that.
All right, let me read the remaining comments and then we'll keep on going. I do have to pee, so we have to figure this out. But yeah, I think we went through the best parts. Beehive Girl says people complaining about the filler confuse me sometimes. I don't know what they consider filler. Is it just character development? Question mark. Is it that there's not enough fighting and action? Yes, the latter. The latter.
Yeah.
Beehive Girl. It's more that. It's some shows.
Hey, I mean,
like
I
that,
am
and it's fine.
all down for all the dragon action in the world. That is my favorite thing. But yeah, I need to know why I'm caring about people.
It has to feel earned.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
If
to
it
have
was
supper.
just nothing but dragon fights and battles, it would. Number one, it would be boring after a while if you just saw it. I mean, I would. You'd be like, just dragon fights and battles. Like, what is going on? So you have to have drama.
Absolutely. Yeah, it has to feel earned. This was my actual concern over covering this series initially. It's like, oh, just dragons. What is there to talk about? Oh my God, look at us talking now. Anyway, last 3 comments.
Go ahead.
Future Boy OG says Sunfire and Ulf / Ormond were my favorites. Yeah, Sunfire definitely for me. The Ulf Ormond, really the Ulf Ormond thing. That is your favorite. I thought the Darren Gwaine thing. I was like, what? I love these two together. Blah blah blah. Sharon called it, and I didn't see it, and then we saw it, and here we are. And of course, Future Boy OG says Blazy Heyo with Alicent and Aemon still has Blackfire too. Spoiler territory.
Not my favorite part.
Yeah,
well,
that was
Blackfire,
not my favorite part.
Actually, who has Dark Sister in this scenario? I think it's Aemon, right?
No,
Daemon
it is Daemon.
Mm.
Aemon has
one of the other swords that was talked about.
Not Dark Sister. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Wow. You know what? We can look it up real quick, unless somebody in the chat says gets it first.
Right.
I'm gonna feel like an idiot when I see it, but
it's not Blackfire.
Maybe it might be Blackfire.
Thought that's what.
Yeah, that's what Future Boy. That's why I wanted to say. Yeah, because Future Boy OG says Daemon has Dark Sister. I think that's what he meant.
Blackfire. Yeah, it's
okay.
Blackfire.
That's why I asked, only because I thought, yes, is that the sword? Yeah. Because then there's Balerion on the Blackfire. Wait, is that right?
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Balerion the Black Dread.
Black Dread. That's why
the Blackfire Rebellion is.
That's right.
That takes place around the Night of the Seven Kingdoms era.
Right.
That's when Dunk and Rafe are picking the bodies clean. That was from one of the battles of the Blackfire.
The Red Grass.
Battle of the Red Grass. Yeah.
Beehive Girl says one more thing. I think it's my unpopular opinion that too much action, fighting, car chases, etc., is boring. Eventually, I tune out.
That's what I just said.
And let me follow up with that in a sec. Or at home, I hit the 10-second fast forward button. Look at that. I will say that's why Rachel sometimes watches these procedurals and stuff like that, because it's something that you can easily tune out in the background. It's like, it's because that in itself, in a way, is filler, isn't it? Just if all the show is action and whatnot, isn't that the filler? Isn't the stuff that kind of makes the action scenes worthwhile what leads up to it happening? Is getting the payoff?
Well, how do you decide who you care about in the fight if you don't have any character building, right?
Exactly.
I mean, look at how many of us hated Aegon, and now we're like, oh, well, maybe he's not that bad. I mean, he still is. He's terrible, but look at Aegon. I like him now because they built his character. They did something with him. It wasn't just Aegon being terrible Aegon the whole time.
Yeah, we felt something for him.
Yeah. Case in point of why I like the Thailand Laris Aegon thing. The actor who plays it, what's his name? Jackson something or other, something Jackson maybe. Forget what the actor's name is that plays Thailand.
It's Laris. Oh my God.
Oh, Jefferson.
Yeah.
Jefferson something, right? Anyway, I always confuse Jefferson and Jack. It's fine. So he does this thing where when Laris, I guess he said, Laris says, I guess it's my duty to write your tales and sing your songs. And Jefferson, who plays Thailand, he does this thing with his face. He goes, this fucking guy. Sorry. I had to say that. Yeah. It was so good. It was like, this mother effer. Oh my God. And like, just like, at least I know where I stand and I'm struggling to lie to this kid, but so there's an earnestness in his not telling the truth all the time. Whereas Laris, you don't know where he stands. It sounds like he's telling the truth, but he's not. So
I love it when they run into
don't BS a BSer.
When basically. They run into Tangle Tongue on the trail, and he's like, "Have you seen Janos?" And they're like, "No,
Why
no, not at all."
Sorry, I swore. It's like breaking my own rules. Anyway, what else? Oh,
We had Corliss's finger.
thinks it's Alan.
Alan got the finger from Corliss.
Talk about pointing cocks. With his signet, so that he knew it was him. And he was reacting too.
Yeah.
Just as Adam had said earlier, wanting to be recognized or be legitimized so that he can marry Bela. There's a sort of, I don't know, there's a sort of, what does this mean for everybody that Corlys is captured? It's the hand of the queen. So, I don't know. How does this change how Alan is to be around Rhaenyra? Will he choose Rhaenyra or will he choose his father? Is the main question.
Well, I mean, I don't see how he's going to help his dad in any way because he's in Tumbleton, and what is he going to do? He doesn't have a dragon to fly over there or anything. Like Rhaenyra doesn't really have anything to do with it. And like, does he hasn't even told Rhaenyra yet? Like, he hasn't.
I don't think he will.
No,
Do you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So
that's the real question, though, isn't it?
But what is he going to do otherwise?
Well, it's funny. Future Boy OG says it's the finger of the queen instead of the whole hand. Good follow up, gotta say. From Style,
maybe
the Dragon
send his brother. I don't know. Maybe send Adam over there.
Oh, maybe he will confide in Adam.
We'll see.
But
is a ripple effect.
It would be very bad if Adam went and burned Tumbleton without Rhaenyra's permission, because it makes her look terrible. And so I was thinking the whole argument against burning Tumbleton, right? She doesn't want to burn Tumbleton because she would burn her subjects. And everybody's like, yeah, but you could end the war right now. Just go and burn your subjects. And I was like, I feel like this is kind of like the atom bomb argument.
It's the Kobayashi Maru.
Right. Are you going to kill 100,000 people and drop a bomb on Japan, or are you going to lose 1 million people by keeping on fighting this war against Japan? Right.
That's the biggest philosophical argument that's played out on stage.
Right. And so like now Rhaenyra's got kind of the same thing going on. Do I kill 200 loyal people, or do I keep fighting this war that is costing hundreds of lives every day?
And my loyalties too, as we are about to see probably.
Yeah.
With Corlys hesitating too is a problem. Even if Alan hesitates, it could be disastrous for everybody.
So I have a lot of theories about what's going to happen in the next episode, and
do you want to write them down so we can see? Not now.
Or in the, you can bring them up when we do the finale.
I mean, well, because there's another spoiler that I don't want to throw in there, and I said to
write it down. Yeah,
I don't want to spoil what might happen for other people. So I'm trying to keep it quiet. But
there's a lot of balls in the air.
I mean, Ulf has already pretty much shown his side. So
we haven't seen any Hugh Hammer this episode.
What happens when he goes in and attacks Tumbleton and Hugh's wife is there? Well, even though Hugh's mad at his wife, I don't think he's going to let it go that easily.
I think he's less mad at his wife than he is confused. He's like, what do I do now?
Look, here's how everybody was complaining about her last week too. Why is she acting that way? Well, look, have any of you ever had someone that you couldn't, like someone who went out and you couldn't get in touch with them and they were late coming home, like 2 or 3 hours late?
I worried sick about you.
You couldn't get, you're mad, right?
Yeah,
you're freaking mad. So he did not tell her all this time that he's been a dragon rider. He did not send word to her or anything that he was alive. And then he just shows up. Of course, her first, like, I'm glad you're alive, but now I'm mad at you because you made me worry and suffer all this because you didn't tell me. So I totally get where she was coming from.
Yeah, it made the clip, my reaction to that. Yeah. What did you think would happen? What did you think would happen? Anyway, that's how I'm imitating myself.
But anyway, what is going to happen when Ulf decides to burn Tumbleton and Hugh finds out or sees and his wife is there?
So you're saying, okay, hold on a second. So you're saying Ormund put to Ulf to not defend Tumbleton, but to burn it and to make it seem like Rhaenyra is a villain.
Right.
I had thought that maybe he was gonna use Silverwing to fight the forces, maybe that are coming on their way to
I mean, maybe.
the Rivermen and the
But
White
either
Lord-
way, everybody's
Silverwing?
gonna
What?
think it's Rhaenyra's fault because he's her dragon
Right.
rider.
Either way, but no, but hadn't occurred to me
Oh,
that
okay.
that he would use Ulf to burn Tumbleton. I hadn't thought of that.
No,
That's
yeah, me
that's
neither.
Look
interesting to
at
me.
Rhaenyra ordered her man to burn Tumbleton and
That's
kill
interesting.
all her leal people.
Right, all the loyal subjects, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? That is what is worse. And Ormond would do it too. He doesn't care about people. He doesn't like loyalty to him is owed, not earned,
Mm-hmm.
or at least respected.
I mean, so like the only reason Corlys is still alive is because he thought Corlys was well bred.
yeah,
Don't you want to switch sides and be on my side, dude?
I put that in my notes too.
And also talk smack about his wife, which was when Corlys was like,
Peace
no.
out. Well, that is interesting. The fact that he offered High Tide could mean that he's already done away with Corlys.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think.
It's interesting.
Book
it's an interesting thought.
spoiler: Corlys lives till way after the dance. I don't know if they're going to do that in the show. But
I love.
spoiler.
You know what? I guess we'll see. I can't say. Listen, my winds have been changing throughout this entire conversation. With that, I think we might have to sign off. But is there anything else, you guys in the audience? Oh wait, let me say what Future Boy OG saying. Ulf has been swayed. Hugh is spurned. Adam's dad is a prisoner. River Army is at the doorstep. I really hope episode 8 pays off.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
too.
I mean, like you just said, Corlys is a prisoner, and they could use that against Adam. Because it won't matter for Alan. Alan isn't a dragon rider, but Alan can go to Adam and be like, "Hey, they got our dad." And
Rhaenyra might
you
order him
need
to do it anyway.
Right, you need to sit out or something. Sit this one out or something. So
Let me throw this out there. I'm just gonna throw this out there because we know, because you've said it, that there will be 2 acts of Tumbleton battles. But
yeah, I don't know if they're combining them.
They might.
or-
They should
yeah.
probably because of time and how little of it they have. I will say this: is the next episode the one where Rhaenyra just stops having Fs to give? Considering where we're building up to, it would be interesting to see.
I mean,
I would be down for it
she's-
at this point,
you never go full Daenerys.
unless you do. So with that, I say thank you for being here, everybody. Future Boy, especially, just coming in with
Thank you, Future Boy.
clinch #1 according to my chat logs here. And
Right.
Beehive Girl surprising us with an appearance. You definitely should watch this show. And
Please
definitely watch.
come talk to me about Game of Thrones because I've talked several people into watching it,
Yeah,
and it really is like one of the best shows ever made.
honestly, whether you're like this show, you have Beehive Girl. You got to watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It is so
Yes.
good. It's so good.
It's very
so
different.
short too.
It's like watching really like watching a 3-hour movie. But it's also so different from these 2 shows. Like
Yeah, very.
it's a world of difference. It's also great.
Carrying all the baggage from Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon into Night of the Seven Kingdoms definitely makes it more interesting, but you can definitely enjoy it without it, for sure.
Yeah.
And Tanjiro, Demon Slayer. Cool. I love it.
Thank you all of our chat people for showing up.
Yeah,
It
thank
made
you
it a
for
lot
showing
more.
up.
It made it fun.
Yeah.
It did.
And that's it. I have been your host, David Cameo, and I have to pee, and I was joined by...
Are you sure you don't have a dragon poop?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I
Start
All
sitting
right.
down.
am Blazy of House Gardener.
And Otto.
Exactly.
And I'm Jason. I'm at Neo's the one. Thanks, everyone.
That's right. Thanks, everyone. I'm like yelling at you. And last comment, Future Boy OG says Corlys is too valuable as a prisoner.
I also highly recommend everybody go and watch Lion in Winter. It's a
Yeah,
great
oh.
movie.
Last mention. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's on the list now.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. But hey, maybe we'll see you sooner because we'll be talking about Silo at the end of the week. Silo's 6th episode of its 3rd season on Saturday, probably. We're going to announce when we'll be recording because it's a change from our Friday at 7 p.m. schedule. And So yeah, just follow us on Ko-fi or Patreon so you can get the details of our schedule change. And also, hey, we're talking about the Walking Dead Dead City on Sunday nights so far until House of the Dragon's over. We'll switch that over to Monday nights afterwards, but Sunday nights at 8. So join us, check out our schedule, be there in the chat. You can, if you show up in our actual Riverside studio, by the way, there's a chance that if you ask the right question, we'll throw you up on the screen so you can ask your question, get the response you wanted. Just get the hell out of here. Because, hey, why don't we show your face? So you can only do that for free when you follow us on Ko-fi and Patreon so you know when we're recording. So take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Angry Doodle Boy.
Angry Noodle Boy.